Hello, everyone. I hope you're all doing wonderful tonight. As always, I am Zaruk Windcaller, your guardian, your high remembrancer, and your arbiter. Welcome to the Forest of Memories. But we're not doing games tonight. No. Tonight, we're doing something a little special. I'm going to be doing a dress review with Lady Glacier. Sorry, some of you might be wondering, wait, Zaruk, where'd this come from? Are you interested in fashion? Absolutely not. I am not. That said, one thing I am a fan of is, like being a history guy, I am a big fan of how dresses and stuff have been shown throughout history and how they're also done in, well, different kinds of media. Actually, Lady Glacier's cool reviews, like where she would do these little 30-second short reviews of real-life ball gowns and dresses, inspired me to ask, hey, you thought about doing them from games and anime? And she said yes, so here we are. That said, we both selected a number of them, and people in my Discord donated a few as well, so I'm not going to keep y'all waiting any longer. Let's get right to it. Sure, this is... There we go. All right. Now we just got to wait for her. In the meantime, I can do some quick preparation because we're going to need a few of these.
Hey, Zaruk.
Hey, hello. Right on time.
Yep. We planned it so well.
Would you like to give a quick introduction to my chat while I'm getting something set up real quick?
Yep, sure thing.
Go ahead.
Alright. Hey, I am Lady Glacier, Ice Queen Demoness VTuber. That is way too long of a Sir title. I totally need to get that shortened into something else. But I am very interested to look at all the dresses and designs that Zaruk and his community has just put together, because I was very flattered that, they reached out to me and asked after I've been doing some reviews of Pinterest dresses. And they're like, hey, you want to rate some anime dresses with me? And I'm like, that sounds like a great idea.
Yeah. So, and real quick, in case no one in your chat knows who I am, I'm Zaruk Windcaller, guardian and high remembrancer of the Forest of Memories. I'm an imp VTuber. And yeah, I saw Lady Glacier's reviews on on dresses and gowns. I was like, I have an idea. And yeah, I just pitched it. And so it's not just anime, but also games and some other stuff too. And here's the thing. I know, to me, it's just pretty fabric. But Lady Glacier might be able to give a bit more constructive criticism. And with some of these characters, I know some stuff about them. So I don't know, Lady Glacier maybe. Actually, good question. Should it be Lady Glacier, or what should I say or call you?
You can either go with Lady or Glacier. Either one works.
Right. So the main thing here is that while I may not understand a lot about fabric and dress and designs, I do know a lot about the characters. So I can help. Maybe that'll help a bit. So with that in mind, would you like to shall we do the first one?
Yep, we should. Okay.
All right, we'll just start at the top of the beginning of the Discord and work our way down. Hold on, I just got something from someone. Oh, Saint Crow, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Forest of Memories. That reminds me, everyone in my chat, go follow Lady Glacier right now. That is not that's not a request. That is an order. Go do it now. Thank you.
Wow. I am very flattered.
So, first off, do you know who this character is, firstly?
I have no idea, but first impression, this has got to be if I had to guess, has to be some sort of either mountain or some sort of winter area, most likely, just based on how she's dressed with the white fur.
Yep. This is... go ahead.
Earmuff. It looks like earmuffs.
Yeah, they are. So, this is Lady Renea. She is from Fire Emblem Echoes, Shadows of Valentia, the game that was on the 3DS. Or for those of you who might be really old, Fire Emblem Gaiden, the second Fire Emblem game ever made. This is the remake, the 3DS remake. This is Lady Renea. She's a noble woman who would end up marrying antagonist Berkut. And this is her formal wear. And it fits because you are correct. They live in a tundra, like frosty northern land, which is why she's dressed like that. So
makes total sense with the blue color design. Blue, white, gold. Definitely makes sense for, icy regions. Hence, very similar to my color palette. Besides, missing some purples. But, God. This is really cute. I really like it.
Okay, in that case, I'm not going to tell you what happens to her.
I'm not going to
tell you. Okay, do you want to know or do you want to move on? Because
we can move on. I was just trying to figure out. Yeah,
all right.
God, it's really cute. Sorry, I was just
don't worry about
it.
So yeah,
really good design.
Those of you in her chat, if you know what happens to Lady Renea in Shadows of Alencia, you tell her. You can tell her what happens. It's not good, but y'all can tell her. All right, next. I believe, I forgot this character's name, but this next one is from Disgaea. I know that much, but I do not know this character's name. So give me a moment to, you can go ahead and start talking about it. I got to upload it on my screen, so.
Okay, it's definitely a demon or maybe some sort of imp aesthetic, especially with the bat wings. Gold, with gold, black, and red, or it's more of a burgundy. And then there's stones embedded onto the gown itself. This is really gorgeous too. I'd love to see someone cosplay this. I'm not sure I really understand the gems going down the skirt itself, but all of the different ribbons and can't really say that it is lace. That's the one thing when it comes down to like anime style of drawing. You can't really tell what sort of fabric they're using.
But it's funny, when I first saw it for the first time, like, I made a joke to my girlfriend. I'm like, is this like the character's ultimate form or something? Because I mean, you don't put like the astral wings and like the the weird astral magic looking powers unless it's like a new form or like they're like super form or something. And then when I saw the gown, I'm like, okay, well, I mean, with something that big, I don't know how much ass you're going to be kicking. But again, I could be wrong. But yes, I'm with you, either demon or something similar. Still, I think, and this is just my headcanon, but have you ever noticed, maybe you'll agree, maybe you won't, you ever notice that it always seems like the demons or the imps or those kind of things are always the ones that turn out to be the classiest dressers?
You know what? I think that's accurate.
Yeah, like name me one angel character from anything that actually, and no, like I was about to say, name me one angel character that actually, like, looks, is portrayed in a suit or is portrayed in a dress, like a proper looking dress, not like flowing gold and everything. Yeah, no, you won't find one. It's always the evil, the demons or the imps that look dapper for some reason. And nobody can tell me that it doesn't work because Van Ripper, the creator of Helltaker, would tell you otherwise. So, yeah. Right? So, closing
I think you're right.
Sorry, go ahead.
Should we be giving these numbers?
Sure, if you want to. On a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being garbage and 10 being, you want it, or, you think someone, you'd either want it or you want someone to cosplay it. I'll give it a 7.
I will give this an 8 because, like, if you got a cosplayer to go ahead with this would be like, this could be like a 10 out of 10 cosplayer, depending on who it is and how ham they go with it, because like the different materials that they could pull off with this, it could look really good, but it'd be really easy to make this look bad too.
Yeah. Someone in my chat says, no, 10 should be you would kill to see it or have it. Okay.
I would give this an 8.
Yeah. All right. Next up, let me grab it for everyone. So So I already kind of gave you a snippet of this one when I was telling you some of the ideas my girlfriend and I had grabbed. But for those of you who people will know these two. I'm pretty sure. I'm hoping they do anyway. I'll try to. I have to zoom in on it a bit on my end. But for those who don't, now do you know who these? Do you know who these two are?
Oh yeah, it's Sailor Moon and then
Black Lady.
Chibi Moon.
Black Lady.
Yeah, Black Lady.
Yeah, it's Black Lady and Neo Queen Serenity. So, gonna be real here. You want me to go first, or do you want to go first on stuff?
Oh, you can go first. I want to see what you think.
So here's the thing. My girlfriend and I have been watching Sailor Moon Crystal, so I've been able to catch up and everything. And this is the mangaka's design. This is like straight from her pen to paper. And I always thought Neo Queen Serenity's outfit was really good. We joke, like everyone likes to joke that Neo Queen Serenity is basically the messiah of her universe. And she is. Like, Neo Queen Serenity is a messiah, basically, of God. But I've always liked the fact that, with her design, it's just all white. That's it. There's white, a little bit of platinum, but that's it. Those are the only colors. The only things that stick out from that are her eyes and her, the little marking on her forehead. And I think that says something, that she doesn't need a lot of flash to show that, she is the most powerful being in the universe. Like, she is Queen of Earth, Queen of the Moon, Queen of the Solar System. She doesn't need that. As for Black Lady, aside from, if you know how Black Lady comes to be in Sailor Moon, then you know why I'm a little uncomfortable. Yeah, but as for Black Lady, and no, before y'all freak out, that's actually what she's called. She is called Black Lady. That is literally what she's called. The thing, I don't know, the thing about, that I like about the outfit is that only in the manga, actually, it's not in the anime for some reason, only in the manga does she have, the outer shroud, basically, that dark blue kind of, shroud. She doesn't have that in the anime. It's only in the manga, and honestly, I think she needs it. Because it
helps with the silhouette, because the major thing for any sort of character design is the major thing that you want to stick out the most is the silhouette.
Yeah.
Because just imagine if this character was just a cutout on a piece of paper and not just you see any of the detail, but you just see the outline of the character. That shows you the most identifying feature of a character. How Mickey Mouse looks.
Yeah.
It's three circles. And the same thing applies to even more complex characters. But the shroud helps with her silhouette.
Mm-hmm. And I also think it adds a bit of color. Because the thing about... Here's why it works for Neo Queen Serenity. Like I said, she's got one primary color. Silver. That's it. Just depends on who you ask. Silver, white. It's silver. That's the primary color. With Black Lady, it's the black dress, the pink under. I'm just gonna call it an underdress or whatever you call it. I don't know. But the problem is that, like you said, the silhouette and without the shroud, it just, I don't know. It's like, how people like to say black and red is edgy, black and pink just says, "Oh, I'm the villain." Yes, we can tell, but it's one of those, what is it called? What's that thing called where certain colors, make you feel a certain way about somebody? Like how blue gives off a sense of trust and red gives off a sense of power and all that stuff. I forgot. Color theory. Thank you. Someone in my chat said it. Yeah. You don't, I don't know. With with the black and pink, oh yes, we know you're evil. We got it. And you're a corruption of Chibi. We got it. It really does scream, I'm the villain. So having the shroud just adds a bit more mystique, I guess is the word to it. She's supposed to be, she is. She's literally the evil version of Neo Queen Serenity's daughter. So you would, it's already, the black and pink already contrasts with the white. But having the shroud, I don't know. It just, the more color she has, I guess the more different she is than her mother. Which I guess works in that case. Because, a corruption of... a corruption of what was.
I'll put it to you this way. Age aside on her backstory, because I I do know what happens. If we're just talking about from character static, villains just have more fun.
Oh yes, of course.
Villains just have more style. For Serenity though, I don't like Empire Waste. I just don't feel like they're flattering on anyone. And for anyone that doesn't know what an Empire Waist is when the skirt starts at the bottom where the breasts end and just completely flares out.
Oh, there's an actual name for that?
Yes. Empire Waist. It is. So, like, one of the things for, like, usually for fashion is to show off someone's waist. Men, women, showing off your waist shows that, you know, it fits, and you want to show off your curves. And the Empire Waist hides your curves. It's usually why pregnant women wear Empire Waist, because it hides the baby bump.
Got it. Okay.
So, and then Serenity here is supposed to be the most, you know, Empress. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just,
you're right.
It doesn't work.
Yeah. Needs more. What has I heard someone say more? Needs less angel, more material.
Like, it needs more shape. It has no shape. It's just like,
yeah,
there's nothing to really ground it. It just flares out, and then it's just kind of it. Coloring wise, I think platinum is a great color.
Yeah,
and you can work with like a monotone solo color like that, and you know, some silver and gold.
Saint Crow says Empire Waist can also elongate the legs to be incredibly long because the lines in the drapes go all the way up. Oh, okay. Didn't know that. Cool.
Oh yeah, Crow. Oh yeah. Speaking of Crow is my character designer. So she knows so much stuff about everything. So she is a professional designer.
Oh, welcome.
And then what Black Lady, the Shroud does so much for her. But
also, I just noticed, does she have spiked wrist things on? Really? She's got spiked wristbands on. I just noticed that.
It's the 90s. And then I forget the artist for Sailor Moon. I don't remember her name right off the top of her head, but her signature stuff is to give her characters, especially, you know, female characters, legs for days.
Yeah.
Like, so long. Like, their legs are like 70% of their body.
Yeah. But to be fair, cut that woman some slack. She's got 3 doctorates. So
that's fair. Yeah. No, it's not.
Oh yeah.
It's not to knock it. It's just that's her style.
Yeah. So number wise, I'm gonna give Neo Queen Serenity an 8. I have heard someone joke that it reminds them of a wedding gown, and I'm like, yeah, I mean,
it could work.
It could, but I've also seen her running around in the anime and having to haul that thing around. So, yeah, I'll give it a 7.5 or an 8. And as for Black Lady, same thing. I'll give it an nah. Here's the thing: I'm not exactly the biggest villain person, so I'll give it a 7. And again, as I've mentioned, Black Lady makes me a little uncomfortable. So, yeah.
Okay. I guess Serenity, I'd give it a 6. I'm biased. I just don't like that cut of dress. And then for Black Lady, just talking about the outfit itself, slit, I'd give that a 7.
While I'm changing the next one, in my chat, Black Flame Thomas wants to know, question for Glacia, what's a more intimidating look for a villain? Formal uniform or military regalia, or the classic black armor and cloak with a spiked crown or helmet?
Well, it depends on what you're kind of going for, and depends on what sort of world you're in. Militaristic uniform and whatnot, that, if it's modern, for sure, because it gives off the sense that the world that we're living in is completely driven by the military itself and by dominance.
Mm-hmm.
And then for more like armor wise, makes more sense for, I want to say, more fantasy or medieval. It depends.
Yeah.
But then again, you can also switch. Either of those can also work in sci-fi, because sci-fi plays by a different set of rules, and they kind of just do whatever.
And now on to the next one, and I know my girlfriend picked these ones, but I'll go ahead and say it. Oh God, my eyes! Like, it hurts. The colors are a little loud, I guess you could say.
Yeah, that is a lot of.
Yeah,
lot of texture and a lot of just different design going on.
Yeah, I have no idea what this is from. Now I will admit one thing about it is I do like the patterns on it, because there are those little moments where after you break free of like the nebulous color chaos, there are these little patterns of like concentrated color. Like if you look where all the where the flowers are and all that kind of stuff, you can see these little concentrations of color. And I get it. She's supposed to be like an art piece. I get that. However, at the same time, like I said, this literally feels like my eyes are on fire. Like I don't know where to look. And I guess depending on the sort of thing, if you want the dress to take the attention off yourself, congratulations, you done it. But I don't know. It just feels like, because again, a lot of these I'm going without context on. So I guess that's my take on it. I like where there are those concentrations of color, like with those lilacs on the right side, or like, whenever like the flowers bring a concentration of color, because otherwise, no, it literally looks like someone just took a paint can and threw it at a canvas and went with it. Again, I know there's some art that does that, but this ain't for me, Chief. Sorry.
The thing is with this is, like, if we're rating like the dress itself compared to it being a full art piece, because this is more of an art piece than a dress design. Like there's a dress here, or kimono. I can't really tell. It kind of it loses
I think it's
itself
a kimono.
With all the different patterns with it. It's hard to really tell what it actually is. It's interesting to look at, but I'm not even sure if we could properly rate this, because I can't tell exactly what the dress is. And Flair, you're right. It's definitely not realism. It's a style. It's more of a overall painting, because even the background blends in with the dress itself. So it's just.
I mean, I'll give it, for design-wise, like, again, I think kimonos are cool, and there are those little splotches of color, so I'll give it, like, a 4. I mean, again, if a 5 is average, then a 4 is just slightly below average. I mean, there's some parts I like, but there's too much I'd have to give before I would take it, so.
Yeah, I'm thinking 4, too.
All right, so, next up. This one should be interesting. I have not seen this, show before, or I think it's an anime. I've not seen this, but I have seen this kind of clothing before. So this is from...
I have seen it too.
Yeah, this is from Vampire Hunter D, or whatever it's called. It's Vampire. I'm going to be honest, I kind of dig... I kind of like when the... how do I describe this? I'm a fan of having undead or vampire characters, or those of noble descent, look the part, even in undeath, like vampire or otherwise. So yeah, this is a vampire character, but again, like I joked before, and like you said, villains have more fun, and it always seems like those who are evil get to have a bit more pizzazz and posh. And I'm pretty sure this is based off some kind of historical wear, but I don't know what. I think the one thing that's kind of like making me like tilt my head a bit is the fact that because she's undead, and I can't tell if she's got like something underneath the dress or if that's just how pale her skin is. I'm going to assume there's something under that. If there's not, that literally might as well just be an outward projection of her, like her rib cage and all that stuff. Because like it's it looks like it's pretty tight on her, just from the waist, like the stomach down. But other than that, I don't know if you see it. I do. It's almost like, because of like the bits of coloring in there, like the goldish orange and everything, it almost looks like it's a mix of both high Gothic and also a little bit of technology. Because it almost looks like there's some robotic aspect to it with the gold or the orange and the legs and everything, and across the waist. Maybe that's just me.
It's vampires Victorian. I couldn't tell you what century. I don't have the centuries memorized, because Victorian era lasted a couple hundred years.
Yeah.
But the bottom part, definitely Victorian. Puff sleeves on the side. Vampires are notorious for the Victorian era, so they would heavily take elements from that. So there's a lot of elements from there. White is an interesting choice for a vampire. You don't see them in a whole lot of white. White and gold. And I agree, it looks like they decided to do some sort of rib cage design on the corset and the bodice. Or bodice.
Also, I just noticed, it may just be me. I'm hoping she's got flesh under those sleeves, because those arms look very, very thin. Like, I get it, she's dead, she's a vampire, but still, like, unless
there's some off things with the drawing itself. I'm not trying to rip apart the artist, but look at how the shoulders are drawn into the puff sleeves, because she has extremely wide, like really wide shoulders, but the arms are extremely skinny. If I had like a drawing tablet, I could show y'all
almost looks like she's wearing pauldrons or something with how wide her shoulders are.
If she was wearing pauldrons, it would make sense, but that's not how it looks. Oh, and then Crow in my chat wrote, in some cultures, white is the death color instead of black.
Ah, okay. That would explain it then. I think she's also wearing, I don't know, okay, you might be able to explain this, because I don't know, what is the difference between a tiara and a circlet? Because I think she's wearing one. Either that or the back of her hair is not colored, because it looks like, maybe it's just the way the art's drawn, but it almost looks like she's wearing a circlet or something on her head. Or maybe that's just the reflection or the light on her hair. But you see what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I think that is just shading. I don't think that's So, like, a circuit usually is, like, on your forehead. Okay. And then, like, a tiara is more like a crown where it sits on top of your head.
Got it.
Right. And then Flair in my chat also, in some Chinese cultures, white is mostly worn for funerals. My ex taught me about that a while back. And then black is worn for weddings. So the exact opposite.
Might have something to do with the yin and the yang, too, now that I think about it.
Makes sense.
Yep. So, what for numbers? I'll give it a 6. I mean, like you said, very Victorian. There's a few odd things about it, but it's not bad. It's not good either, just slightly above average.
I will give this a 7.
Okay.
I like it. I'd probably wear something similar to this. I actually have a lot of design elements similar to this in some aspects.
All right, next one. Let me go ahead and upload this on my end.
Same here.
Now, this is actually from I think, the cover of a manga, I think. And that's why a lot of it looks so cropped. But yeah, we're just focusing on the girl here. So, I think...
Okay, this looks like... This isn't Card Captor Soccer, is it?
Yeah, no, it didn't. That's what I thought too, but it's not. So the first thing that strikes me when I first saw this was my first, vocally, I said, why did you pick a pink background if you're going to paint this kimono pink and white? I get it. It's the sakura blossoms, the cherry blossoms, which, again, they work. Like, pink and white kimonos are amazing. And I think the thing, it's a very classical, design that really incorporates the sakura blossoms, with on the tassel hanging down on the waist. I don't think the flower crown was necessary. I think that might be going overboard a little bit, just a little bit. But aside from that, I dig it. The other cool part about it that I like is how it has the I don't know what they're called. I just call them folds, like the folds that are flowing behind the outfit. Like they're not part of the the skirt surrounding the legs. They're like behind it, and I think that's kind of cool. Like in anime or in shows where someone has something like that, if they're moving really quick, it gives the illusion that they're flying almost, and I think that's kind of cool. And I'm hoping those are not bells. I'm going to assume that that's just ornamentation. I'm hoping those aren't bells because, yeah, you show up to a party with that and within 5 minutes, everybody's going to want you dead for annoying everyone. But aside from that, classical Sakura kimono looks good. Colors work. Pink background's a little jarring, but hey, what are you going to do? Yeah, I like it. And gold works well with pink and white. So what do you think?
I think this is pretty cute. I'm not an expert on Asian fashion by any means, but I have to guess the ornamentation has to be some sort of tradition. Yeah, I totally agree. Red, white, and pink all work really well together, and gold pops really well, especially off of white. I think the flower crown is okay. I think it works for this because it's wanting to symbolize the soccer drake, which I totally get. That's why there's pink here. I don't. And then I guess that is a train in the back. It doesn't look to be like a ribbon or anything. Maybe it is just a sort of a train. And then I do like how the pink. I guess it's not exactly a petticoat either. I guess the pink underskirt. It's pretty cute. I like that too, and I love the smaller sleeve over very large sleeve. I think this is rather cute. I like it.
All right. So numbers. I'm gonna give it a 7.5.
I would also probably give this about a 7.5. I think we're both.
All right.
So I think we're both on that. Yeah.
All right. Next up is a character from Log Horizon, and I only know that because my girlfriend was kind enough to actually include where she's from. So next up is like I said, a Log Horizon character. Finally, we've moved out of the age of old manga and old anime. We're now crossing into the modern generation.
Finally.
Yeah. So, all right. First impressions. Not bad actually. Actually, your traditional kind of ball. Your traditional. I don't know whether to call this a gown or a ball gown. I'm gonna go with ball gown.
It is. You would be right. It is a ball gown.
Okay. Very traditional style of ball gown. With the kind of pseudo puffy sleeves. I don't know where the shoulder starts and the sleeve. Well, I see where the sleeves are. I was about to say I don't know where the shoulder starts and where it ends. I honestly think it looks really good. The colors, like, I feel like, again, I don't know my color theory very well, so I find it kind of weird they went with pink and, like, just various shades of red. So, like, cream, pink, and dark and magenta when her hair's, like, crystal blue. But again, I don't know my color theory, so. But yeah, I like it. Gives off a sense of, your classic ball gown outfit in an anime.
Oh yeah, for sure. Okay, and the Synchro, very Silver Veil. Yeah, this is very close to Silver Veil's color palette. You got your pastel pinks, your pastel blues. They definitely went for a pastel look for here, and that's why you're getting very light shades of blue, very light shades of pink. I don't really see too much red, though. My monitor that I'm looking at and my monitor on OBS are a bit different, and there's a gradient on it, and that's pretty cute too. It's pretty traditional princess ball gown, which is, always a classic. It is actually off the shoulder puff sleeves that go into actually that's not regular arm sleeves, but has a little bit of the like an elven thing on the end of the sleeve too. Her hair kind of covers up where the off the shoulder would be, so I could understand why you weren't sure that if it was off the shoulder or not, but it definitely is. Looks to be some sort of bow in the back too. If I had to guess, she's wearing layers on layers of petticoats, which is really cute. That's what gives off its huge size. I don't know. I do really like it.
So numbers wise, I'm gonna give it an 8.5. Like, I'm a sucker for the classics, and this is just a classical ball gown look. So
I will give this a 9. I think a cosplayer gets a hold of this and figures out what sort of fabrics they were using. This could look really gorgeous.
Just don't wear it to Dragon Con, because for those who don't know, Dragon Con takes place in the United States in Atlanta, Georgia in September, right in the hottest point of the year. And I know this because I'm the dumb moron who went cosplayed as a witch hunter and dressed up in a leather jerkin, a steel breastplate, and wore leather around all day and nearly dropped dead from heat exhaustion. So...
Oh yeah, you would die of heat in this.
Yeah. This is something like you take to a, you'd wear to a gala or something. Like, and there are, like Dragon Con has a gala, but this is something you'd bust out just for that. So next is an interesting one. Let me post the picture and then I'll get the name of the character. If anyone here is let's see. All right, so I don't know how many people here are Studio Ghibli fans. This is from a Ghibli movie. This is Haru Yoshioka from The Cat Returns, which is a Studio Ghibli movie. And there's this shot, and then I'll get I'll have to send the other one to you personally, because my girlfriend forgot to post this one. I'll just send it to you over Discord. Here is the other, the close-up shot.
Okay, there's another one. Okay.
Yeah. So for this one, let me just zoom it in for everyone who's watching my stream. So for this one, I have not seen this movie, so I don't have too much to say about it. But upon seeing it and upon seeing the thing like behind her head and everything, I was like, oh, so we're in what's the name for it? I guess we're in it's very like Tudor-esque England, because I know the Tudors, like especially Elizabeth I, had like that thing behind her head, whatever it's called, and also had the large, the gowns with the petticoats that emphasize one's width and takes up space taking. It's also got a puffy collar, which I'm like, when I first saw that, I'm like, yeah, very Tudor-esque. So again, I think if I remember correctly, this movie has like a desert setting, so the colors would work in that regard. Yellow, whitish, very gold, not gold, but very like desert-oriented colors. And yeah, I dig it. Though I do find like, it's, how do I put this? Nah, you know what? That's it. I just get very English nobility vibes from it, and I think that's what they were going for.
I think you're right on that. The collar, the one that I'm looking at, that's definitely 1600s, if I'm not mistaken, where it has the really frilly collar. Never been a huge fan of those. The puff sleeves, it looks like there's also like a fur throw on top of the dress. It looks like that you can take that off. Puff sleeves, whatnot. And it is definitely a ball gown too, which I'm a huge fan of. I think it's pretty cute. I don't think it's as cute as the other one, but I do like this one a lot too. It's very simple, but it's also the art style. So
yeah, it's a Ghibli movie. They're going to go out of their way to make sure everything looks good. So number wise, I'll give it an 8.5. If the poor girl had a bit more confidence, then I might give her a higher score. But right now, she like has the deer in headlights expression. So
I can give this a 7.
Okay. All right, so next, now this character, my girlfriend did include this character's name as well, so give me a moment while I get her name here. And the game she's from, too. So this is Lithia Spodamune from the Tales of Hearts series.
I have not played it, and I don't think I've ever seen this character before. She kind of reminds me of a swamp elf bride.
Huh.
I guess it's got to be with the green and very aqua blue hair.
Yeah. I felt to me it gives off nature vibes, like you said, very swamp fairy like. But with the colors and like the way the dress is tied. And it almost looks like the from the waist down, it's almost like an upside down like flower bud. So
you know what? I think that's what it is.
Yeah, it might. Yeah, it might actually be actually. And I think most things it's I think it's pretty good. The one problem I have is that, and again, I know some people don't agree with this, but one, hair's too long, which I think kind of takes away from the dress, because again, if your hair's that long, we're going to be looking at that, not the dress. Secondly, I don't know why designers do this. I don't like the idea that the upper part of the dress is nothing but almost like a bunch of belt straps. It's not. It's basically, it's cloth fabric. It's, it's almost like bandages instead of an actual dress.
It does look like it's a whole bunch of bandages.
Mm-hmm.
This would make really, Flair, I agree. It does have druid elf vibes to it. I could see this being some sort of, maybe even a pixie design where it's kind of homemade with a flower and then just different wraps. So it's definitely very fae, but fantasy. Yes.
Yeah. I'll give it a. Oh, you know what we should do? To make this more interesting, because you're the expert here, I think one thing that would make this really cool is once we give our numbers, why don't you explain how you would make it better, if you want to do that?
Oh, that could be difficult, but I guess I could give my 2 cents on it.
I mean, yeah, that's what I'm asking. I mean, I don't know anything, so in regards to this outfit, I don't know. I'll give it like a 6.5. It's not bad. I mean, knowing what we're guessing, that probably makes it a little bit higher in my mind. So 6.5, maybe a 7. What do you think?
I would probably give this thing an 8. But then again, I also have a headcanon. I think the only thing that you really need to do to this thing is give her pixie wings or fairy wings.
Fair.
And it would totally tell you what this character is and what they're about, and that would tie everything together.
Fair.
The unkept hair, I'd probably shorten the hair a little bit, but it makes even more sense if you just say she's a fairy. That's why everything is unkept, and everything just looks like it's just put together. And then Aurora Quinn said, I'd rather say river pixie queen or river nymph. Could be a nymph. Nymph might make sense.
Yep. So, next up is, this one's one I put in. This is Lady Mao Ying. And this is her concept art. I couldn't find a good picture of her, of her full outfit. So this is Lady Mao Ying, and that's M-I-A-O, M-I-A-O-Y-N-G, Mao Ying. So, to explain, because you probably don't know who this character is, allow me to give
correct.
a little.
I have no clue.
Huh? Say again?
I said no clue. You're correct.
All right. So to give a little context, firstly, Lady Mao Ying is a dragon. So let's establish that first. She is a dragon. Second, Mao Ying is one of the one of the ruling dragons of the land of Cathay from the Total War Warhammer from the Warhammer fantasy world, which is basically just fantasy China, just cranked up to 11. So Mao Ying and her brother, which I don't care to learn his name because he's not cool. Mao Ying is one of the daughters of the Dragon Emperor, and her job is basically to watch the Cathay version of the Great Wall, basically, and stop hordes of demons and monsters from breaking into Cathay. So her look is supposed to, according to the lore, she's all like the old stuff. She's always in battle wear. So even in formal events. So the Creative Assembly people said we wanted to try to make something that could capture that. And I honestly think they did it. This strikes me like you take the headpiece off, and put the cape on. Yeah, I could see someone of military rank walking to a formal gathering like that. So I also love the fact that, with the regalia on, you automatically know, well, you already saw when she's wearing armor not to fuck with this lady, but then when she's wearing her full regalia, that's another layering of do not fuck with this lady. So I don't know. It's because maybe it's the historian in me that really digs the mixing of military and nobility. I love the, the way that everything just flows together. Like in that second from the left, you could see where the regalia comes off. You can see where it's attached and where it comes off. So it's not like, she doesn't have to wear the really cool looking stuff all the time. No, if she's going to something else, she can just take this stuff off. So I don't know. And I think the other thing that really I think is cool is the gauntlets, because if you look with that third picture, you can actually see their clawed gauntlets. So I don't know. It just really, you can see the dragon there. Aside from the voidless white eyes, which we're not going to talk about because that kind of gives it away. But yeah, I dig the outfit. It, like I said, very regal, very noble, and also militaristic. So what do you think?
Definitely very militaristic. Warrior armor. Honestly, I dig it. She's ready to go to war, and I'm here for her. Mm-hmm. I'm ready for her to go to war. And when it comes to noble and the dragon claw is so cool, and I love the helmet. Or yeah, it is a helmet.
Yeah, it is a helmet.
Okay. And then she's got a warrior's knot too, and I love the cape. Honestly, this is a pretty solid, noble warrior's armor. Definitely has a little bit of Asian samurai influence too. Mm-hmm.
So, what number would you give it?
I give this a 10 for when it comes to a noble warrior, a leader. Yeah, probably some sort of commander.
Yeah,
I think it's perfect. I don't think you get better than that.
Yeah, same. So, the next one, same universe, but we're going to a different part of the world. And this one, when I said we were going to do this, this was the first one I grabbed because I'm like, we have to talk about this because I need to talk about this character and her badass outfit. So next up is, again, sorry for the concept work, but it's the best I could do. So this is Isabella Von Karstine. Isabella Von Karstine is basically I'm just going to come out and say she's queen of the vampires. And her story, what we know about it anyway, is basically she was a human noble who was basically told, hey, you're going to go marry this Vlad guy who's basically the leader of Sylvania, where all the vampires are, and whether you like it or not, you're going to get married to him. So she went because, that's how that bullshit nobility stuff works. But the thing is, she genuinely fell in love with Vlad, and Vlad with her, because Vlad was charming, funny, intelligent, smart. He loved her for her beauty and her wit. And the thing is, he told her point blank, according to the lore, he told her point blank, look, if you don't want to marry me, that's fine. I'm not going to force you to do anything. And she said, you know what, that seals the deal. I'm staying because you actually gave me a choice. I'm staying with you. And he's like, okay. So he married her and made her his bride. And yeah, queen of the vampires. And it is scary. It really is. Lady, I cannot express how stable their relationship is. Like, in this entire fantasy world, them two, King and Queen of the Vampires, children notwithstanding, because the children are all assholes, but they have a perfect union. Like, literally. The lore goes on and on about how, yeah, no, these two could not be happier together. And the thing is, when they made her look like this for, because she had a mini. Like, back in the old days, she had a tabletop mini that was god-awful. But now, with her current wear, I love this design. It's not revealing or sexy, and by sexy, I mean big air quotes around sexy. Like, a lot of people do vampires now, or succubi. No, she is regal. She's noble. She's got, armor and a dress. And while it's not there, she also carries around a badass broadsword with her. And yeah, she's got that, she's got that Victorian flair. And, if she didn't have the creepy glowing blue eyes of undeath, you probably wouldn't even know she was a vampire. So I think that's really cool. You would not know. And yeah, I dig it. It's got, has that, how do I put it? It's basically in my opinion, the best mix between dress and armor. And also and that last bit of regality because of the collar and everything. So, what do you think?
The poppest of collars.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
This is one pop collar.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I really do like it. It's hard to really do dress armor and make it look good. It is more armor than it is dress. I feel like the only dress feature is that instead of doing like some sort of chainmail, there is like, you have your silk sleeves and then, your fossil skirt. That's what that skirt type is. It's where you see the legs.
Uh-huh.
And then she has a modesty skirt in front. And everything else is armor.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. It's perfect for going into battle.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that I don't really like about the design is just her hair. I think if you did something a little bit different with it,
mm-hmm.
just a different hairstyle in general, you can still keep the same sort of... it looks like they took a lot of influence from Maria Antoinette, so like Rococo style hair.
Mm-hmm.
They could have still stayed with that, but I think they should have just picked a different hairstyle from that era.
Yeah, fair. So, and with that in mind, I'm gonna give it an 8.5. So no, sorry, a 9. I'm gonna give it a 9.
I think this would also be a 9.
Mm-hmm.
I think if I were to do like an armor set design, I would probably make something very similar, or at least take a lot of elements from this.
Mm-hmm. I will admit, the one funny thing is that, yeah, her hair may be the problem, but at least it's maintained, because nobody else in that faction of that game has maintained hair. Like, everyone else is, like, raggedy, looks like it hasn't been brushed or cleaned in a while. No, she goes out of her way to make sure, if she's going to slay, like, actual people, she's going to look her best while she does it. So, you got to give her that much. Which,
mm-hmm.
So, next one, now we're on to some familiar people. Let's talk about Lissa from Fire Emblem. Now, the picture I gave you is the one from Warriors, because I actually like this design. I mean, the design's the same. It's just she's got the big axe and a smile rather than a very scared-looking face with her healing staff.
And she's just ready to murder.
Yeah. I mean, again, it is the trope of little girl, big sword moment, but here's the thing. If you have played Awakening, so you know when Lissa says, "I'm not delicate," she means it. Lissa is not delicate. So I do have, as much as I love Lissa, and I do think she's a really cool character, I do have a few nitpicks with the design, with her dress. Firstly, like, when I first saw it, I'm like, okay, are you supposed to be the princess or are you a maid? because your dress literally has like the frill, like the maid frills in front of it or whatever it's called. Also,
the apron.
Yeah, the apron. Yeah, thank you. Also, the fact that, and again, I'm not knocking this. I know she's she's got that tomboyish nature, but the fact that she's got a jerkin over, like, she literally put a leather jerkin over her dress and the apron, and then she's also wearing, like, I guess, I don't know what kind of pants those are. Those are pants. Those are not leggings. And she wore combat boots. So, yeah, it's again, I still like it, and again, those are my nitpicks. My praise, though, goes to the cage, because that literally proves that this was made to be a, this is actual battle. This is actual battle equipment, because if it doesn't show here, but in the games, her dress actually wraps around fully around the cage, so you don't know that's there. If you were to attack her, then you'd figure it out. You'd be like, oh shit, she's actually wearing armor. Otherwise, you wouldn't know. But here they pulled it back so you can see, and I personally think that's really cool. The fact that they were like, yeah, let's incorporate a gown style, but let's also show that this is armor that's meant to protect her. So, yeah, I dig it. What about you?
I think it's cute, though it does not match what the character is supposed to be, which is, like, princess, definitely more maid than princess. I guess what might have happened is that they designed this character to be a maid first, and then whenever they decided to go to script the game, they go like, oh, well, we don't need her to fill that role instead, but we're keeping the character design.
Yeah. I wonder if they, it's funny, before you continue, you remember Frederick from the game, right?
Yes.
Okay, so fun fact, Frederick is actually wearing a servant's tux underneath his armor, like a butler's outfit. So you might be, your theory has some credence to it. At some point, maybe those two were meant to be like maids and a butler, and then they were just like, no, make him like the knight captain and make him the princess. So, and they kept it.
Yeah, I think that's what's going on here.
Mm-hmm.
It just does not match what the character is supposed to be. It is really cute. The only thing that I don't like about it is I don't know what sort of head ornament is going on top of her head. Doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to me.
I don't know what it is either. Character aside, because it's listed, I'm going to give it a 7.
I would probably give this an 8, I think. It's pretty cute. It's not princess.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely battle maid.
Mm-hmm.
But it's still cute, though.
Mm-hmm. Now, how would you fix it or add to it if you could?
Definitely a different headpiece. If we're going with battle maid, I would probably go ahead and do a recolor of the outfit. Instead of going yellow, I would probably go black.
Mm-hmm. Add the puffy shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I would probably have the apron on top of the jerkin.
Mm-hmm.
It just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. There's just a couple things that don't make a lot of sense with her design.
Yeah.
The biggest thing that bothers me is the headpiece.
Mm-hmm. And now on to, oh boy, I've got words for this one. Okay, so next up, you and I talked about this before the stream started. Empress Edelgard of Adrestia. All right, so I'm not going, like, I already made Lady Glacier suffer through my rant about why I don't like this character. So I'm not going to do that again. I apologize for that, by the way. So, let's talk design. Firstly, character aside, because that's the thing. We're not talking characters here. We're talking dresses, outfits, all that. Her outfit is amazing. She commands such presence with this outfit. And remember, this is a dress. This is not armor. This is a dress. Like, sure, sure, she's got gauntlets, but that shoulder stuff is cloth. This is cloth. This is not armor. And I think one thing that I love about it is that, you remember how I told you, we talked about earlier with color theory, how red is supposed to represent strength and how it's supposed to represent, power. Yeah, I think she's got that covered.
Yeah, especially with that huge
with the axe.
bone axe.
Yeah, with the axe. So the thing is, she has this, like, just from the way she looks and with the cloak too. And that's the thing. The cloak is like, I think they actually secure it under the shoulder stuff. So I think you can't take that off. I think that's part of the ensemble. And the thing is, like I said, if you're wearing that, people are going to shut up and listen because you basically scream, I'm in charge here. So, and I suppose the only, I guess one other thing I can add is I actually like that her armored greaves are black. Or like the greaves are black, because if they were red, then it'd be too much. But it works because it shows that this is still a military woman. This is still a fighting empress. But there's enough, regality here. There's so much regality that this is the kind of person that you, like, as one of my friends said, when you see her approaching, you get on your knees because you automatically know, oh shit, this is someone important. What do you think?
She's definitely a boss-ass bitch.
Mm-hmm. No kidding.
God, her design is great.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. I love the cape. Immediately, her horn crown thing that she's got going on with the Princess Leia buns. Good choice. Very good choice. And then I like the fact that they kept the the knight greaves and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is an A+ design. I love everything about it.
Yep. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a 10.
I agree with that. I think that's a 10. I don't think I would change. I don't think I would even change it. The outfit just matches the character in general.
Mm-hmm. So, now let's talk about the first one you posted, and oh boy, I think we're both going to talk about this one. I'm pretty sure everyone has seen this picture before, though it does not. I don't think it needs an introduction. In case you have been living under a rock, though, and don't know your way around the internet, this is the maid chart, which basically dictates or lists about, 12 different ways of how maid outfits are normally drawn, with a couple of examples. So, what do we want to do? Just go down the list here?
Oh, yeah, that's
okay.
What I was planning on.
Well, you posted it, so you lead the charge on this one.
All right. So, it's hard, because I didn't even think about that through, that is 12 different designs in one. Where do I even start? Okay, Victorian, that's obviously from the Victorian era and whatnot. Then you have classical, which takes Victorian and then adds more fantasy elements to it. Mm-hmm. Victorian morning, instead of black colors, they usually do lighter colors in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, everything based off of the maid outfit is usually inspired from, like, the Victorian, and then it just changes up that style in different ways.
Yeah.
If I had to pick, like, a favorite out of this, I do think classical is probably
hell yeah. I'm glad
my favorite.
Yeah, thank you. I'm glad someone sees it my way. I've shown this picture to so many people, and I'm always like, the classical one's my favorite and the best, and they always laugh at me. And I'm like, but why? It's good. So that's just me. If I could say, like, I think maybe I'm kind of like Miss Kobayashi from Dragon Maid, is that I have very interesting standards for maid outfits. And one of the things is that, like, okay, going across the row, yeah, the Victorian outfits, we know that that's, like you said, that's what they're all based on. The mini skirt design is something you'd find in, like, a, what are they called? Maid cafes? Something like that. The French design, yeah, it's meant to be the sexy one. I mean, I don't know why it's called a French maid. I mean, I really hope French maids were not dressing like that. And of course, we have the classical design, which is just a modern take on the Victorian one. Haha, swimsuit jokes. Down below, we have the Chinese one, and the Japanese one. So I actually like both of those because of the cultural side to them. I know that, like, in Japan, just from stuff I've studied and things that I've read, and talking from people who've been there, the Japanese style thing is meant to be a more, like, not a servant thing, but a more relaxing thing. It's meant to convey seeing a Japanese style maid is supposed to convey a thing of, like, calm instead of being like, oh, that's a worker or something like that. I know that, some friends of mine like the steampunk outfit, and yeah, I won't lie, it's cool, but it ain't for me. And then I don't want to talk about the cyber military ones, just no, certain things don't mix, that's one of them. Sorry.
I definitely agree. Not a big fan of cyber or military too much. I think they would kind of work depending on what world you're working in. I just can't think of battle military made. That's what we need. I don't think the military would go that way, but I could definitely see cyber made working in something like cyberpunk. I could see some sort of gang dressing up like that, going around
capping people.
I could totally see that.
Fair. I mean, if Fallout New Vegas could have a gang of old ladies and grandmas attack you out of nowhere, then I can imagine a group of people dressed in cyber-made outfits attacking you in Cyberpunk. So, but yeah. So with that in mind, cleaning up the streets one blood stain at a time. Shut up, Clara. I like that though. So with that in mind, yeah, I think we both agree the classical one's the best. I don't think we need to give numbers here. We were just giving our opinions on this one. Again, I like most of them, but then there's just some of them where I'm like, no, just no. Not saying I hate them. I'm just saying they don't belong here. All right, so
there's a time and a place.
Yes, time and place. So next, I believe this is Faye. I think that's her name, right?
From Cowboy Bebop.
Yep. All right. So, you posted it, so you take the charge on this one.
Okay, so I think that this design is great. It's not a ball gown, it's an evening gown. So something that you would see to some sort of evening for drinks when you're talking about going to like something for black tie event. Love this design. Gloves on point. It's a mermaid style skirt. Does not go fully down. Just goes up down the calves. Hugs the body perfectly to show off curves. It's very important for an evening dress like this. The color of the dress really works for her character since her hair is that dark purple color, so they still stick with dark blue, dark purple for evening dress. Heels. I don't know. I think it's really classy. Really sexy.
I agree. So I'm about to probably get crucified here. I have not watched all of Cowboy Bebop yet. I'm still finding time to watch it. I do think Faye is really cool. And yeah, I agree. The outfit's amazing. Like, very classy, very pretty, matches her character. And yeah, this is something like, it almost kind of reminds me of like a cocktail dress, but fancier.
It is.
Oh, it is. Okay, it's a cocktail dress. Which works because Faye likes to drink. But yeah, I dig it. It's a really cool outfit, and sometimes simple is more, and I think that works here.
Oh yeah, it's definitely simple, but I think that's the point.
Yeah. So numbers wise, I'll give it another 8.
I would give this a 9 for it being a cocktail dress. It doesn't need a whole bunch of design elements. It just needs to. A cocktail dress needs to do its job, and that's to show off all the curves.
So then the next one, another one you picked, I have no idea who this is.
I don't know either. I was looking up, apparently, famous anime dresses, and this popped up. This is definitely Rococo inspired. So Maria Antoinette, 1800s and whatnot. I don't know anything about the character, but some of the cut of the dress does not make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
When you're getting down to where I guess it's brown.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, where the brown and the orange. I don't understand like the half circle cuts going down. It's an interesting choice, and then the skirt, the bottom of the skirt almost looks like anime curls, if you know what I mean.
No, I know what you mean.
It looks more like hair than a dress. I think I have seen some fabric bunched up like that for a dress.
Yeah, I was about to say it's all bunched up on itself. So, you got anything else, or?
I think the bow is out of place too.
Yeah.
I think it's something weird about just. I feel like the pink bow is just like a clip-on bow. Doesn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah, it really doesn't.
It just feels like. It just looks like someone just like, okay, we need something here. Okay, I'm gonna just clip this bow on.
Yeah, you're right. Really doesn't belong. So I'm just gonna come out and say it. The outfit and everything. Like I agree with you that the fabric's kind of bunched up down there. But the thing that took my attention is I don't know why I thought of this. I just thought it was funny. Is that like you said, the orange and brown parts that are kind of like almost like they've been crocheted rather than cut to form like those overlapping parts. It literally looks like she's wearing a really fancy candy wrapper. Like, I don't. You see what I'm talking?
Now that you see it,
you see it.
I can't unsee it.
Yeah. So
now I can't unsee it.
Yeah, you're welcome. But yeah, and I agree with you. Also, the bow really out of place. I also think I don't know. Not really sure how to feel about it, but I almost feel like the white, like the wrist frills and everything, I think they're too big. Because, you can see on her other arm, you can, literally reach your whole arm in there. I don't know why they're like that. I thought, sleeve frills were supposed to be smaller. And I don't know. I just feel like with, the frilled shoulders and everything and, the wrist, I'm wondering if they just decided to add that in because they're like, oh, character's too dark. We need some white thrown in there. Just cover the sleeves and the shoulders in white. The frills make it look fancy.
The arm frills, that is definitely a Rococo style dress.
Okay.
That's normal, but the thing is that you usually don't go with white. It usually would be like the accent color or even the main color, to where that would actually blend in together. I don't understand why it's white either, and then the frills up at the top. Yeah, there's just a lot of bad decisions here. Could be executed better, but
another one of the bad decisions is she's got a smoking pipe. That's another bad decision. But we're not going to critique what people are doing. We're critiquing the dresses. So, I'm going to give it... Go ahead.
Okay, Sid, Grimer in my chat, right? She looks like a bottom part of a Ferrero Rocher. A Ferrari Rocher.
I mean...
I think I said that right.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I mean, she literally, again, like I said, looks like a fancy, she's wearing part of a fancy candy wrapper. Like something like you'd wrap like Ghirardelli or chocolate in or something. I don't know. So numbers wise, yeah. I mean, I like that it's a gown, but it doesn't really I think what's happened is either the petticoats are too tight, which is what's causing them to bunch up like that, or maybe they're differing lengths, or I don't know, maybe they've just got a bunch of pins in there securing them. Nah, I'm gonna give it a 7, I'm gonna give it a 7. Just nah.
I have to give this a 4.
Punch, hitting low. All right.
Yeah, there's just some off stuff about it. It has potential.
Yes.
It has potential to be good, but it's it's not here.
Right. So, next up, this is from Violet Evergarden, if I remember correctly. So,
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I actually thought this was Artoria from Fate, but no.
They get confused a lot. They have a lot of similarity, and I think it has to do with their color palette.
Yeah,
white,
and
blue, and blonde.
Yeah, and the eye color and everything. I think the other thing I thought when I saw this picture before I knew it was from Violet Evergarden, I'm like, oh God, Artoria, who hurt you? But then then I was like, oh wait, no, this is from Violet Evergarden. Yeah, you posted it, so you go ahead.
Okay, so I only saw like the first 2 episodes of it because it was too depressing. I was just it's just too sad. I was like, okay, if I want to be sad, I'll just wait for a bad day at work.
Yeah,
or think about the rest of my life.
Mm-hmm.
But
oh, come on! I just called that.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, okay. I was about to say, don't do that. Don't say that.
I'm kidding. That's a joke.
Okay.
No, but in all seriousness, I haven't seen too much of it. It's beautiful looking series. And I heard only great things about it. Design wise, I think it's pretty cute. I want to say that it's Victorian, but only slightly.
Probably inspired by it. Little inspiration here or there.
I can't pinpoint like one era of dressing that they took inspiration from. It's like the collar part where where she has the emerald and the frill. That's definitely Victorian.
Yeah.
But everything else, I have no idea. Besides, puff sleeves that go into, your normal sleeves, tight sleeves.
And now, sorry, go ahead.
One of the cool things is I just love her robotic hands. They're so cool.
Yeah. Someone in my chat says Artoria, but with more trauma.
Yeah, that would be a perfect description.
So, and yeah, one of my viewers, Ferris, says she's got prosthetics for both arms. Okay, didn't know that. I like it. Very simple. One thing that was kind of confusing me though, and I thought like you mentioning it made me think about it. It's almost like, and again, I could be very wrong when it comes to like Victorian fashion and everything, but it almost feels like she's wearing like with the blue top and everything. It's almost like she's wearing part of a man's outfit and then the bottom and then the rest of it's a woman's outfit. I mean, I'm probably wrong. It's just when I first saw it, I'm like,
no, I think you're actually probably right, because like it is true that I think so. Like around the time that Victoria era ended, like the 1900s happened, so like 1910s. So you're thinking about World War I and everything, and like what Crow said that the bustle, which is like the large hump that's usually on the back of ball gowns or dresses, that got phased out when women had to go to work.
Yeah. Actually, so my friend Mistborn says she's a soldier, retired military, so that would explain it. Probably couldn't kind of like Joan of Arc didn't want to take off didn't want to take off the soldier's part of the soldier's uniform. If you had, if you're going to make me wear a dress, I'm wearing this part too, so I remember I can hold on to what I did. Aside from that though, I do like it. Very, again, simple is better sometimes, and it looks very noble or professional-ish, and I like that. I'm going to give it you know what? I'll give it I mean, I do like it, so I'm going to give it I'll give it an 8.
I'll give it a 7. I do like it. I would cosplay this, I think.
Now, how would you make it better if you could?
God, it's hard to say because I didn't watch the rest of the show, and I would want to design it around the elements of the show, and I think instantly I would go, yeah, throw a bustle on there because I'm biased on that, but I don't think that would really work because, like, that doesn't work for a character that's actually, working, which is what she's supposed to be doing. I think a little bit, I would change the color placement of the character because it keeps getting compared to Fate's too much. And I think it's because blonde hair, top part's blue, bottom part is white with a little bit of gold. I would probably maybe switch where the white and the blue are.
Yeah.
I don't know if that would necessarily make it better.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, so now on to, oh boy, I forgot her name, but I know she's from Fairy Tail. So, it's Urza Scarlet. Now I remember. All right, so let's talk about Urza and her weird powers. Do you know anything about her?
I have seen Fairy Tail, but it has been a very, very long time since I've seen it.
Yeah, all I remember is that, like, I don't know, her clothes, or like she can morph her clothes into armor or something, or it's based on that, whatever.
If I'm not mistaken, I think like she gets different abilities from the different outfits that she's
correct. Yeah,
wearing.
Something like that. So, yeah, mind if I start on this one?
Yeah, go for it.
So here's the thing. I have not watched Fairy Tail. I know, sue me. And here's the thing. There's something to be said for, like the the female the female warrior, the Valkyrie, which that's basically what this is invoking, a Valkyrie. You got the winged boots, got the armor, got the wings. And again, the winged ears and everything. It looks, again, it looks amazing. Also, I have a soft spot for like the skirts or the gowns that have the plates actually over or under them, like she does right here, covering parts of the fabric. I have a soft spot for that. However, as cool as this outfit is, and as cool as the stuff she's invoking, sweetie, you've got a lot of flesh exposed. There's a lot of vital areas that need covering. And again, I get it. Like, they're trying, like, again, I don't know why so many animes don't think people in armor can't be sexy. You can be sexy in armor. But I think it's just, with what we've got, I feel like there's something lacking. Like, I feel like if there actually was a waist covering, like a stomach covering, it didn't have to be much, just some fabric or something. It would look more complete. Because right now it looks like, I don't know, how did a friend of mine word it? It looks like she merged with a dragon and stopped halfway through. Because, again, the armor has, like, the cool scale and overlapping effects, but it's not complete. So, I don't know, maybe that's just me.
It's definitely the midriff throwing it off.
Yeah, it's the midriff, yeah. Still, though, I think it works because the colors of it, like this crystalline color, starkly contrasts her crimson hair. So it sticks out, and it makes her, well, Urza's already a badass, but it makes her look even more badass. So, yeah, I dig it. The midriff needs some covering. And also, again, the bandages, the bandage look on her arms. I know that's a style, I just don't like it.
I can agree with that. I didn't even realize that was bandages. I was like, wait, bandages? I had to look for it. Oh, well, no, you're right. It is bandages.
Yeah.
I think the only problem with Ezra's design here is I think the midriff doesn't make sense of why it's exposed. I think even just having some chainmail would be cool looking. I understand having like the top part where you're seeing all the collarbone and whatnot, showing that off. But I mean, she looks cool. She looks like she's ready to kick ass.
Yeah.
For a fact, I know she's gonna kick some ass. But...
my friend Clara says, my boyfriend taught me about her. She has re-equip magic, meaning she basically has an entire armory of weapons and outfits at her fingertips at all time. She can summon and unsummon them to her person at will. Okay. Still has problems with it, though. Sorry. I mean, look, I've said it before to my friends and everything. If you can make a ball gown or a dress into a freaking battle armor, congrats, because it's very hard to do. And here, very close. But the midriff is, the midriff frustrates me, and the arm and like the bandage style of arm covering is not for me. So, 7.
I think I'll give this an 8. I might be a little too generous, but I think an 8.
But we can both agree covering the midriff and the arms would make it better.
Yeah. There is like a 10 here. It just needs, like, there's a lot of potential here. But I do think you fix those two things, depending on what you do, could really help this out.
All right, so next up, we have a Fire Emblem character. This is Princess Alencia from Sorry, I actually put 2 pictures of her. We're going to look at this one first, though, because this is the there's this one, and then there's a 3-year time skip picture. So this is Princess Alencia. She is, she's got many titles, but most people call her Lady Crimea. Princess Alencia would later go on to rule Crimea because her entire family was murdered, except for her. This is the outfit she wears through most of Path of Radiance when, like, the heroes find her passed out in the forest after fleeing for her life. And it's the outfit that most people see her in. Again, I want to emphasize how it works with her character, but we're leaving character out of this. And we're only focusing on the gowns and the dresses. So I like it. It's a very, like, it has that aura of nobility to it. But if you, but there's just enough of it. Because, like, you might ask, wait a minute, how does no one recognize her? Well, because the outfit's really simple. Sure, it's fancy, but if I didn't tell you she was a princess, you probably wouldn't know. You would just think she was some woman or noble woman who got all dressed up or something, or even a commoner who had a lot of money. Like, no, she is a princess, but this kind of like, this makes her approachable and makes her very like, it's the kind of character you want to get to know, but it still has some regality to it. I mean, she's got like, you could tell she's got money because she's got the golden armbands, the fabric of different colors and all that. And again, I don't know how one would go about putting this on and everything. And I actually think that rather than having like a petticoat or something, I actually think the bottom half of the gown is 2 pieces of fabric. There's the darker orange part, and then there's a lighter orange part on top of that. And they're both connected at the midriff waist section. But yeah, I love her outfit. Seeing her, like, all the time, like in the conversation piece, you immediately know it's her. Well, aside from her green hair, you also know it's her because of her dress. So yeah, I like this.
I like it too. And I got a couple comments in here. Ericode wrote, "It's a lot of orange," and then Dr. Grimer wrote, "She's a pumpkin." And my response to the pumpkin, I think she's more of a pineapple than a pumpkin.
Yeah.
The worst offending part of the dress is the color choices here.
Yeah.
It is okay. Orange and yellow are just really hard colors to pull off. Right.
Yeah.
That's why I don't think you see a lot of orange or yellow in character designs, because it's just really hard to pull off, especially if that's your main color. And then on top of that, a forest green.
Yeah. Hey, it's Fire Emblem. Got to make those characters stick out, right?
Yeah.
Come on, everyone. Let's play Spot the Main Character. So I'm biased because, like I said, Path of Radiance was my first Fire Emblem game. But with that, what you pointed out, you are right. So, color. Yeah, with that in mind, I'll give it a 6.5. No, take that back. I'll give it a 6, above average. It's her character that really sells the outfit more than she does. So,
Dr. Grimer, she looks like she gets hunted by Starbucks every fall.
I mean, you're right. You're right. So, what do you think? What number would you give it?
I'm thinking a 6 too. The design wise, there's the design itself. If you're just taking the shapes in consideration, I think this is like a 7, maybe even an 8. But the coloring of her like whole entire color palette really, really hurts it, in my opinion. And I agree. I think like a 6.
So, yeah. So, funny, one of your chat goers mentioned a pumpkin, because in a weird thing, I think they took a little bit of inspiration from Cinderella, because with the next one, the pumpkin, well, okay, in the Cinderella story, a pumpkin becomes a carriage, but after 3 years, if you check the next picture, Alencia really comes into her own. And I love her next outfit. So this is Queen Alencia, 3 years after Path of Radiance in the game Radiant Dawn. And I'm just going to be honest here. This kicks so much ass for me. Because, like, again, I'm not going to get too personal here, but in the game, in Path of Radiance, when she first shows up as a unit, she's clad in, like, all the armor she could find, like this royal ensemble that does not fit her properly, and it looks like she just grabbed it and put it on. Here, no. This armor has been tailor-made for her, and like you said, the cloak, or whatever it's called, that adds to her silhouette, if she didn't have that, she'd look, she wouldn't look as daunting or imposing. But with it, no, this is a woman of nobility, a powerful woman. And they still use the orange and everything, but I think they've mixed in enough white that it really just show that, this is Alencia. She's just been elevated to nobility and she's embraced it. Because now we've got the, we've got the white and, white, orange, and green working together. Maybe that's just me, though.
I think that this works a lot better, like, color palette-wise, than the one beforehand. It's interesting to see if having the character design before and after a year's break. I definitely like the lace, sort of transparent cape that she's got going on. I think that's an interesting take. I don't think I've really seen that done very often. Definitely, I was going to say, it reminds me of Lucina, like, the shape-wise and whatnot, but I was like, Glacier, that it's Fire Emblem. I think this one works a lot better, though not really a ball gown. Yeah, I mean, or a dress, but definitely works for a noble.
Well, funny, the reason I went with it is because I thought about it, I'm like, technically this isn't a dress or a gown. However, in Radiant Dawn, they make a joke about that, and this is what convinced me to pick it. There's a joke where there's going to be a fancy event at Crimea Castle, and, obviously Alencia is going to attend, and she shows up dressed like this, and one of her aides is like, why are you wearing battle armor? Why are you in armor? And Elencia tells him, she goes, considering there's been a lot of danger lately, I need to be prepared. And then in a very sad, but also very heart-pulling moment, because it shows how much she's grown, she tells him, and besides, I feel more comfortable in it. And I'm like, that sucks. I mean, to say that you're basically more comfortable in armor than you are in regal wear is kind of sad when you think about it. But yeah, I'm going to give it, like, glow up aside, just going off the outfit, I'm going to give it a 7.5.
I think I would probably give this a 7 as well.
So, now we're going to talk about another Fire Emblem character. Good grief, Zaruk, how come your mom let you have so many Fire Emblem characters? Shut up. Their designs are really good. So next up, this is Queen Nyla. Now, this is the design from Fire Emblem Heroes, but I'm using it because she doesn't really have a good design in Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn. So this is Queen Nyla. Nyla is the queen of the wolf tribe of Lagoos, who are basically people who can shapeshift into animals. So, the other reason I went with this version of her is because in Radiant Dawn, Nyla, kind of like the way her design looks with her eyes and everything, she looks like she's stoned most of the time because she only has one eye. That's why she has that thing over her face. But the other eye in Radiant Dawn is always half lidded. So I can't tell if she's tired or stoned out of her mind. But now with this one, no, this one works. And so the reasons I love this outfit. First of all, the Beast Folk are... the Wolf Tribe live in the desert. So they have a very tribal and nomadic view on things, which they've incorporated here. This has a lot of, like African or Indian, like, mostly African kind of style to it, or Arabic style to it. It has like the cloth coverings, and is capable, and it's like, how do I put it? There's less is more here. There's enough wear here to show that she's regal, by like the little tassels hanging there, the expensive fabric, because again, this is a desert tribe. So the fact that she's got this, meaning, she's definitely in charge. And I think I know a lot of people don't like it. I actually like her eye covering because when you first see it, you think, oh, is that supposed to be some kind of head wrap to show that she's the leader? No, she covers her gouged out eye with that. But it's technically both, because it's her way of saying, yeah, no, I am, I'm both the leader and I've been injured because of it. So it gives off very like Arabic vibes to it, or, like those kind of like desert vibes. And I am here for it. Like, I love this character.
I don't know this character at all, but purely based off the design, this is a 10 out of 10 design.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
Oh yeah, and I saw on your
looks like she's
I saw in your chat what is it? There's no gym, she lifts you. That actually, you laugh. No, Nyla like literally says she trains with her own pack, and yes, she's actually super strong in the game. So continue. I'm sorry, I just saw that in your chat. So
yeah, it's fine. I'm totally here for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's hard to talk about it because like everything about it is just really good. Really works for this character. I love the hair, the tail. I mean, maybe I changed the color palette, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But I think everything really works for her.
I think it works well with her skin tone too. Like the colors really merge together. Yeah.
And then I love the tattoos, the sandals.
It's also funny because in Heroes, if you want to know the kind of character she is, in Fire Emblem Heroes, like, because again, it's a gacha game, if obviously you can tap the characters to get them to say stuff. You tap Nyla, and one of her lines sometimes is, "It seems you're looking to lose a finger or two." She doesn't, like, you don't work out with her. She works out with you and uses you as the weights. Like, yeah, what's that quote from Spike Spiegel? "I love a woman who can kick my ass." Yeah, that's basically Nyla. 10, no questions, 10.
Oh, yeah. She's it's a 10.
Yeah, so next one is one you put up. I have no idea who this is.
Okay, so this came from like an anime that came out a couple years ago called Villainess. It's about a girl who gets reincarnated. It's an isekai.
Wait. Is Truck-kun responsible for this isekai, or like who is responsible for this?
I think she just wakes up. She might have been a truck. I'm not.
Oh God!
Have to rewatch.
Yeah. I've got two people in my chat. Bakarina. Like, is that her name or okay?
Yeah, like Katarina.
Ah, okay.
So yeah, she in her normal life or her first life, she'd played nothing but like dating sim games.
Oh God.
And in the last one she wakes up, she ends up awakening in the last game that she ended up playing, and she turns out to be the villain of the dating sim, and she is destined to die by in all of the routes for that dating sim, depending on whatever the main character.
Die of heartache.
Yep.
Wow.
So it's all about her trying to defy dying, and
wow.
it's hilarious.
That is, That's like, look, I know most isekai's experiences are never good for a lot of people, but to basically find out that you are going to die of a broken heart no matter what, I mean, wow, what did she do to deserve that? Like, still, I dig. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, go for it. I'm interested in what you got to say.
Yeah. I dig the outfit. Again, characters wearing lace-up boots with dress. I mean, again, I respect that, because at the end of the day, it basically says I'm pretty and I can boot your ass if I have to. I'm here for it. It's weird though, because is she supposed to be like, I get it. Is she nobility, royalty? What is she supposed to be?
She is nobility.
Okay. I was about to say it's more noble than it is regal. More nobility than royalty. But I mean, I like it. Again, simple is better. I think the thing that kind of throws me off a little bit is that it seems a bit too, how do I put this? I know it's not, but it almost seems like it's like common, like a common dress you would find. Like, maybe if it didn't have like the long flowing gown part, it'd be like a commoner wear or something. I still like it. Again, a lot of nobility, but the other thing that's making me wince is the color choice. I don't know. It doesn't really scream final enemy of dating sim to me. Or then again, she's trying not to be, but still, this comes off more like you are the side character in an RPG or the side character in an anime. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. And then, yeah, it's the colors. It's the colors that are making me tilt my head here. I mean, the white's fine, and I guess the dark blue, I think that's dark blue. I don't know. That would work.
Yeah, it's dark blue.
Yeah, but the aquamarine or the aqua, just no. That don't work with me, Chief. It's so weird. And again, I get it. It's because it's supposed to match her. I guess it's supposed to match her eye color, but nah. What about you? Oh, go ahead.
Well, blue and brown are blue and orange are contrasting colors, and then brown is just dark orange. So, honestly, I like it. I think it's a good contrasting of colors. Blue and brown can look really well together, and I think it kind of works here. I definitely like the side bow on her hair. Maybe I'm biased on that because I have one, but like the frilly collar that she has. I'm not a fan of the sleeves that they gave her. I don't remember exactly what those sleeves are called. I don't know. I think one of my favorite parts of her outfit is honestly the lace-up boots. Ready to go stomping around somewhere.
Yeah. Stomp your way down to work. I'll give it another 7.
I'm with you on that. I think this is another 7 too.
Okay.
She wears a whole bunch of other stuff in the show, but this is like her default.
There's one of them. I should have grabbed it. I might actually grab it if we still have time. There's one of them where it's I don't know if it's an isekai or a fantasy anime where like the main character works alongside like this evil overlord, and I don't know if she's supposed to be a demon or a dragon, but she's actually really hospitable, and she's like, look, we can actually take over everything non-violently through like economic and political means. I don't remember but I don't remember her name. But anyway, no, not Albedo. No, not Overlord. No, this is something else. Anyway, next one. Well, I know who this is. So, for those who are not aware, this is Lucina. But this is Lucina from Fire Emblem Warriors wearing the Bride outfit. The Bride class was introduced in Fire Emblem Awakening, and it's yet another reason why people call Fire Emblem Waifu Simulator now. Look, again, the fact that it's on Lucina irks me, because I know, it irks me and it makes me happy. It irks me because Lucina is a warrior, is a soldier, and she, it kind of clashes with her wearing that. But then at the same time, she's also admitted that she doesn't know how to feel pretty or noble because she's been fighting like ever since a young age. So the fact when she gets to do this makes her happy. I'm all for it. But the design, oh god, the design. I think my biggest problem is the fur wrapping. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be fur or if that's supposed to be something else. Why is it there? It literally like...
I think it's actually supposed to be feathers.
Oh. Okay. It doesn't make it any better, though. Like, I don't know. I just feel like... And also the fact that the... that's one thing that bugs me is the feathers. And then the other thing is the fact that the arms are okay, and then you get to like the upper arm and the shoulder, and what in the hell are those? Like,
it's like a transparent lace sleeve.
Yeah, except it's not even a sleeve at that point. It's just a lacy thing like hanging off of it. What was that supposed to fit? Like a giant of a woman or a man? Because like it's so loose on her, like it doesn't even touch her. Like I'm afraid that she's gonna go out on a nature walk or something, and like acorns and leaves are gonna fall down into the gown because of how open those things are. But that aside, those two gripes aside, the ribbons are cool, which I think is really nice, and the colors are good. I mean, this screams bridal outfit. I mean, it's got the regality for it. Yeah, I mean, I have my complaints, but it's pretty good for what it is. It could have been worse. So I like it for what we got. So, what about you?
I think that it is pretty cute. Though there is some issue, like you said, there is a couple issues. I'm not sure if I understand the bodice part that covers her chest all that much. It's like a half circle. Usually you wouldn't see like a chest piece kind of like that in a dress, especially for a fantasy setting. Just kind of, it's very conservative, I guess, it would be the best way to put it. I really like the light blue, white, and gold. I don't think that in this photo shows off the feathering that covers the dress really well. I don't think it's really been done. It's been done really well in fan art that I've seen, but not promotional. But then again, in fan art, get to any of your minor changes, and then the glove thing that's going on is... It's out there. Yeah. I don't know. It's definitely different, and I don't think I've seen anything else like it.
Oh, by the way,
I like the ribbon that ties.
Yeah. Also, I found the character that I was talking about. I will post it at the end for us. It's the character from Mao Ying. That's what I call her, Mao Ying, but it's a Demon King Mao Ying, or Queen in this case. I'll post it so you can see it. Okay. So yeah, numbers. What would you give? Yeah, what would you give the bridal dress?
I know. I give this probably like a 7.5.
Yeah, fair. I can see that. All right, next is from my friend, one of the guardians and one of my moderators, basically, Veer Mooncrawler, who posted this. Veer, I think you're in the chat. Maybe you can tell us what this is or where it's from. Cause I dig it, whatever it is. Yeah, like I have no idea what this is, but I am here for it. Aside from the mannequin arms, that's a little creepy, but aside from that, I mean, look, I will come out and say it. Midnight blue works for gowns. Oh, no, someone says they think it's a steampunk dress. It might be, actually. But again, midnight blue works for gowns and dresses. I am here for it. I like the roses on it. Yeah, there's a little bit of steampunk in there. You can see by, like, the belt straps and, like, the, that kind of stuff. Let's see. Yeah. No, I like it. Oh, and apparently they said they looked up cursed ball gowns, and this is what showed up. I don't see why. I mean, again, the mannequin arms are kind of creepy, but that's not part of the gown. So, is it just me though? And I'll ask you, is it just me or does it seem like it's a little bunched up? Like
it is bunched up.
Okay.
I got Dan in the chat writing arms are a bit sus. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing's weirder than, mannequin arms like that don't match the rest of the mannequin.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess maybe it would spread out when you put it on, maybe. And then I'm guessing the stuff at the top, like, like, how is it supported? Like, it looks like it's got, like, it's got some cloth connected to, like, the breast area, and it goes up toward the neck. But, like, what? Is this supposed to, like, wrap around your neck to hold itself up? Or I'm very confused. Again, aside from the confusing parts, though, I dig it. I like it. I don't think the rose at the top is necessary, though. Just have the thing, whatever it's called, the thing that goes around your neck. Just have that. You don't need the extra flower. What do you think?
There's some odd stuff that's going on with this dress. Dan also asked, how do you function with the gloves at a dinner party? I've always wondered. Oh, well, when you're at a dinner party and you're wearing gloves, well, you usually eat with fork and knife or fork and spoon. You're usually not eating like a burger or something when you're wearing something like this. Usually it's, silverware.
It's fancy, darling. It's fancy.
That's how you deal with that. I don't know, there's a lot of odd things that are going on with this dress. I agree, the roses just look odd. Like they're just kind of placed there randomly. It just seems like they just kind of threw it together.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I'm really digging that top black frill thing that's covering up the collarbone area. And I'm not sure if I understand the ruffled up lace around where the hips are. And is that buckles going side to side on the corset?
On the corset. Yeah, it's steampunk-esque. I think that's what they were going for.
I'm not a huge fan. I love the colors though. The colors are great. I love the midnight blue and gold. Really good colors. And I think there's another material that is used as like the bustle.
Yeah, I actually think now that I'm looking at it, I think once you put it on, or maybe I'm wrong, but it looks like if you look at like the left and right part of the gown, you can see like there's a translucent fabric there. I'm thinking like the stuff that's bunched up, it might be bunched up to like put it on display, but maybe when you wear it, it folds out a bit or spreads out, and that's how the flowers are supposed to be, like spread out a bit more. However, that raises the question, if I'm right, why'd you display it like this then? Because it's not going to look like this. So, I don't know.
This could look a lot better on a model than it does on a mannequin.
A mannequin with creepy bronze wood arms. It's like that, what are those things called that, like, if you're an art student and you want to practice poses and you have that little wooden figure that you can adjust in every direction? Like, we called him Fred back in school, but I don't know what they're called. That's what it reminds me of. Number-wise, I'll give it an 8. I'm a sucker for color, so...
I would probably give this a 6. Definitely needs some sort of modifications to it. But then again, that number could change depending on how it would look on an actual model, not a mannequin.
All right, so here's another one you posted. I also do not know who this is.
Okay, that is the queen from Shield Hero.
All right, so first thing I'm noticing, you got a mechanical thing jammed into your chest, ma'am. Where's the string holding that ruby on there, or whatever?
There is none.
yeah, like what is this? Is this like the dollar version of Jill from Resident Evil 5? If you get the joke, you get the joke. Aside from that, though, from that weird levitating pendant, Queen Melromark is her name, according to my chat. Queen Melromark. I dig it. Going with the classic purple and goldish colors of royalty. Got the popped collar.
Oh yeah. I like her design a lot too. Pop collar. Yeah. I mean, it's very reminiscent of what you would see design wise from like Snow White.
Yeah. My one complaint is that, and maybe it's just, maybe my eyes are shit, but on her shoulders, like, I don't know if those spots are supposed to be purple or black, or maybe they're just a really... Yeah. Go ahead.
It's black.
Okay.
It's definitely black.
Okay. Well, I don't know. It just feels like it kind of I was going to say, it feels like it clashes with the dress. I can't, like, see the bottom of it. I'm guessing the rest of it's just purple and gold, I'm guessing. But yeah. I mean, I guess that kind of makes sense if you work from your, like, look from the feet and work your way up to her head, to her face. Like, yeah, you'd want to break in the color there. And yeah, my chat says she's actually above the king since the nation's a matriarchy. Okay. Yeah, I could see that. Though maybe it's just me. She kind of, like, I don't know. I don't feel like there's enough power given off here. Maybe that's just me. But again, like you said, there's a lot of inspiration here. I love the collar. I love the, the purple. Like, again, I don't think many people realize how important purple is in royalty because, I mean, it is the royal color. So, yeah. I like it. Not my favorite, but I like it.
I'm in agreement. Definitely. Mm-hmm. I think it's like an 8.
Mm-hmm.
It's a shame that we don't have, like, the full...
Yeah.
Dress, but I could not find it.
I'll go with I'll give it an 8. Why not? It's not that bad. All right, so this is one I posted 2 days ago. I wanted to get only one of them, but I couldn't get a full shot of her. So, and technically both characters have other outfits, but I'm going to we're going to go with this one. So these two are the rulers of, well, they're from Xenoblade Chronicles 2. They are the respective queens of the two nations at war. I'm not saying... Well, okay, wait. How long has it been since Xenoblade Chronicles 2 came out? Okay, regardless, I'm not saying who... I'll check. But regardless, until I check and verify it's been over 2 or 3 months, because that's my rule. If it's over 2 or 3 months, I'm dropping spoilers because you should have played the game by now. If not, then if it hasn't been, then no, I'm not saying who these two are. I mean, it's... really obvious if you played the other games, but here's the thing. I figured we could give our opinions on both. So why don't we start on the one on the left? You can start while I check something.
It's pretty cute. I like this, honestly. Definitely looks like villains, if I had to guess. Black and blue. Love it. I don't really understand the cage thing that they have going on top of the dress. What it looks like blue wings. Kind of cool. I definitely like the off the shoulder look with more of the feathers going down this side. Who doesn't love, long shoulder length gloves? Colors are awesome. And it looks like it's like a blue metal to it. Honestly, it's pretty solid. I don't understand what's going on top of her head and her hair. Like the hair kind of rolls up. I don't know. I think that's an odd choice.
Also the wings on her head are part of her anatomy. So
interesting.
Yeah. So it's been over 2 months, so I'm just going to go ahead and say it. This is, on the left is Queen Melia, and on the right is Queen Nia. I mean, yeah, some people in my chat are like, we know who the person on the right is, Zaruk. Yeah, duh. So, yeah, so Melia is one of the characters from Xenoblade Chronicles 1. And as for how they're both in the same game in 3, yeah, I couldn't tell you. It's confusing. But Melia, her outfit, I'm just going to give some context here. Melia is from a technologically advanced society called the Hyentia, which is why she probably incorporates a little bit of metal and like feather designs into her outfit because, well, the feathers on their head, but also because, well, technologically advanced future race. Probably why there's some metal in there. And as for the mask, I'm pretty sure that's just that looks like a Japanese style mask. The ones where they don't have like a lot of emotion or sculpting to them. They just have expressions. So there's that. I mean, I like like you said, I like the colors. I like the kind of the looks. But look, I'm just going to be real with you, lady. I'm not here for Melia. I'm here for Nia on the right. Cause, yeah. So, again, with context, because this is more focused on the designs rather than the character. this outfit of hers that she wears, her royal attire, this is literally just an evolution of her true outfit that she wore in Xenoblade Chronicles 2. So this is like an evolution of that. Like, this is basically, as I've described to someone, it's basically her embracing her heritage, and then just over time, this outfit became, that outfit became this. So, you know, again, it's a kimono, obviously, but white, gold, red, all very good colors that work well together. A few, like, gem decorations here and there. A actually expressive mask, which I think is interesting.
It is very expressive.
Yeah, and her ears up top, which are anatomically correct according to given her race, yes they are. So yeah, and I tried to find two outfits of them without their masks on, but couldn't find it. So what do you think about Nia's on the right?
I like it. Mm-hmm. It reminds me more of like a white mage that you would see in like Final Fantasy. Mm-hmm. But then again, maybe it's because it's white and red.
No, you're actually on point. She's the best healer in the game. So,
oh, really?
Yeah, she's the best healer in the game. So, and yeah, someone reminded me, yes, she actually, my friend Ferris is right. She kept the hoodie. In the game she was in, she had two outfits, her true outfit and her starting outfit. And her starting outfit had this hoodie part of it that could be pulled up over her head. That's what that thing is around her neck. That's the only part of her first outfit she kept, like the hoodie part, which I think is nice. So it's a throwback to both of her outfits. And yeah, very white mage-esque, like you said, which I think is intentional. I did want to show their outfits they wear once you get them as party members, but that's major ass spoilers. So I decided to keep that hidden. People just have to look that up on their own. But yeah, and besides, we were going with like gowns and dresses. Their their battle outfits aren't that. So
fair enough.
Oh yeah, and people are saying mention her accent. Yeah, she's got a Welsh accent. So yeah, which a lot of people grew to love. A lot of people hated it when it first came out, but people loved it because, again, it's funny. So numbers wise, I'm gonna give Nia's a 9 because I personally think, because of her character, I don't like that she's hiding her face. It's a very strange thing for her to do. So a 9. And also that mask kind of creeps me out, not gonna lie. As for Melia, 8.5, because it looks more like she's like, it's almost something you'd expect to wear at a burial or like a funeral rather than a noble, like a queen to wear. But maybe that's just me.
I don't really know the context for these characters, so it's hard for me to put down.
Well, context doesn't matter. I was just giving like character bits. We're still looking at the dresses and outfits. So
I would probably give the one on the left probably an 8, and the one on the right, for what it's trying to do, I'd also probably, I think, a 7. Mm-hmm. But I think the mask and the hood's really cool.
Mm-hmm. All right, next up, this is a good one. My friend Nixie, actually, Nixie Dream Sheep, who's another streamer, reminded me of this one. So this is from another game. I'm hoping people have played this game and know who this is. Please don't let me be alone. Here we go. This is the character in her outfit. This is her base outfit. So this is for those who, I'm guessing, do you know who this is?
I've seen the game. I haven't played it. It was on the 3DS.
Correct. This is Agnès Oblige from Bravely Default, the first one. Yep. And so,
outfit's adorable.
Yeah, her outfit's really adorable. So I'll go first on this one. I dig her outfit. The fact that she's it's funny because when you first see it, you think like, oh, is she like a nun? Is she some kind of like church related person? Yes, she is. That's literally her thing. She's associated with the church. But the outfit has enough to it that it doesn't come off as like, oh, she's higher than everybody else. No, it's, casual enough. Like, it's got like from the top, you can see like the cross stitching, that has like that commoner vibe to it. Just that little thing that you put over your shoulders. Like, I don't know if that's like a windbreaker or whatever you would call it. I don't know. But then when you get down to the bottom, you can see like the furred like the furred cuffing and everything, and for some reason little furred pom-poms on the boots. Okay. Yeah, just a very simple design, and I like it.
It is very simple, and I think that's what kind of makes it good. I love the fur on the skirt. Mm-hmm. So it's really cute, and you cannot go wrong with black and white.
Yeah. Numbers wise, I'm gonna give Anya's a 9. Because again, this is the outfit you see her in most of the game, and I actually like that. So
I agree. I think that is definitely a 9.
All right. So next up, I grab this one. Oh boy. So this is another Bravely Default character. In Bravely Default, if you probably know this, every time you beat a character, you get their class, and they are always the class you get when upon defeating them. So, with that regard, let me pull up Einherja Venus is her name. Here she is. This is Einherja. Einherja is the holder of the Valkyrie asterisk. So she holds the Valkyrie job, which is basically just the Dragoon from Final Fantasy games, just with a different name. Yeah, and this is her outfit, and so real quick, because I do need to add a little bit of dress context here. Those spiked bits sticking out of the bottom, those are her weapons. She will literally grab those when she needs to fight. They're not part of the, they look like, like you can see how they're like looks like metal rods attached to the gown. Yeah, no, she can detach those. Those are her weapons. So, yeah. So, honestly, look, I've told many people this. I love her I love the class. Like, this screams Valkyrie. My problem, though, is that it's the gown part that irritates me. Because if it was folded down, sure, it'd be great. But the fact that it's folded up, it almost looks, and because of the way her spears are aligned, it almost looks like she's using metal struts to hold it upright. And I've heard people say that the reason for that is because since she's constantly jumping, this is meant to stop the, it's meant to stop like the, like when she comes back down, it's meant to stop the, the wind from getting up under the uniform and, slowing her down. And I'm like, that's a really stupid explanation for a really dumb design problem. But there are still parts I like, the white, the crystal ice blue, the wings, like, I don't know. I have a soft spot for it. That's all.
I don't know. There's some interesting element. It's putting it nicely, I guess, is that it's very creative.
Yeah.
I think you have an interesting design here, but the skirt part, with it being folded up like that, I've never seen anything like this.
Yeah.
It's just bad. I don't like it. I hate it actually. But I think like her headband with the
wings.
With the wings is really cute. And then I really like her greaves, with the ice blue. That's pretty cool looking.
Yeah. The problem is that a lot of the issue with a lot of the characters, like in Bravely Default, is that it's hard to get like full shots of the characters because they're normally like, they don't look like that in the game. This is what she's supposed to look like in game. Well, she's a bunch of pixels or like, a bunch of like polygons, so it's kind of hard to make out the dress. And I think someone in your chat said Battle Child. She's the oldest. She's a woman.
Oh.
She's a woman. Her siblings are like a teenager and a child, respectively. She's a woman. So, yeah. And that's another failing, I think, here, is that it really doesn't give that off. So, 5.
I think 3.
All right, so aside from flipping the gown down the right way, what else would you do to change it?
Oh, God. I think that's all you really gotta do to it.
Yeah, fair. All right, so the next one. These were submitted by my friend Jaeger, who this is a Fire Emblem thing. This is Lindis from Fire Emblem from the it's called Fire Emblem Blazing Sword, but in America we just know it as Fire Emblem on the GBA. It's the game Ellie Wood, Hector, and Lynn are from. This is Lindis from Heroes in her bride outfit, in her wedding outfit. So like a lot of, a lot
okay.
of. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say very reminiscent of the Lucina bridal gown.
Yeah,
too.
Yes, it was Fire Emblem Awakening who made the bride a class, and now tons of female characters are put in bridal outfits, and this is Lynn's version of one. So, I mean, I actually can I say that I like this one better because
I think you're valid in saying that it's better because I think that it's better.
Yeah.
It kind of goes to show you that, like, when you make something and then you get the chance to do revisions on it, you can really improve it. Because I think that the dress has been like 100% improved.
So like some of the little details I like that it actually has a bit of the the nomadic ribbon style, you know, with like the ribbon with the sequins attached to it, which is cool. And also on the gown itself, like the outer part of the gown, you can see like the fur and almost like, I don't want to say rug or carpet because that's not what it is. But, you know, you can see like the rougher kind of fabric along with those little like pendants hanging at the bottom, which is cool because, well, Lynn is a nomad. Lynn's family are horse nomads, or they were horse nomads. So she's got a bit of that nomadic, that nomadic design flair to it. I also like how, you know, it doesn't have the giant puffy shoulder, the giant don't stick to your body shoulders. It's very simple, very refined, and very elegant. My one thing that I don't like, and I guess it's because I don't know why it's there, is that why is it just that white thing wrapped around her hair? Like, were you trying to go for a veil? Or were you like, I don't know what they were trying to do with that.
I think that they were trying to go for a veil because it is the bride class, and that's a big thing with brides, veils. I think I would have liked to see it from the side to get a side profile of it.
Yeah, fair. So numbers wise, I'm gonna give it an 8.5.
Okay, what did I give the other bride dress?
I do not remember.
I think I gave that an 8. This is definitely improved. Probably 8.5 then.
Right. So next,
I think
sorry. Go ahead.
I do think it's like a lot better though.
Yeah, a lot better. So next up is again another one from Jaeger. I know who this character is. But I've never seen this anime. This is the main lead from Ghost in the Shell. And this is from Standalone Complex, one of the versions of it. So, gonna be real with you here. My first thought was, oh, another cocktail dress, except it's not. Or is it? I mean, it
would be an evening dress.
Yeah,
could be a cocktail dress.
In all honesty, I don't know anything about the character, but this literally looks like someone, like a woman. I think she's like a cyborg or something. I don't remember, but this literally looks like someone was like, I don't know anything about what a woman is supposed to wear to an evening get together, so I'm just gonna grab this. I don't care if it doesn't work. I'm just gonna grab it because dress. I mean, it works, but I don't know. I feel like maybe it's just me. I feel like there's way too much skin. Like, and I don't mean that in like the sexual way. I mean like her, literally the sides of her upper torso are not covered at all by this thing. So like, yeah.
Oh sorry. Yeah, you'd see so much side boob here.
Major Makoto Kusanagi, or Major is what they call her. Okay, the Major. I mean, I dig the leggings and I dig the heels and the gloves, but I mean, there's a lot of side boob going on, like you said.
I don't know, like, you're really dependent on those straps to do your job, holding everything together. I don't know. I kind of agree with you. There's something off about it. I think maybe it's the way that it's drawn, maybe.
Yeah. I'm wondering if they were trying to go for like a Marilyn Monroe thing, but didn't.
I don't know. This is...
I mean, and you can't make the excuse of, oh, she's a soldier, she probably doesn't know how to dress pretty. Bullshit. Like, it, again, this is...
Well, she's a robot.
Well, yeah, if that's the case, then yeah, I guess so. Still, I mean, it's not the worst I've ever seen, but it's severely lacking. So I'm going to give it a 5. It's average.
I think we're on the same page here. I'm thinking 5 too.
Mm-hmm.
I think, like, maybe on a real person, this would probably look really good, but how it's drawn here, it's pretty weak.
Yeah. And I think we can both agree to fix it, we would probably add some more fabric so there's not a lot of side chest showing, right?
Yeah, I think it's just how this thing is drawn, where it just looks like it's... I'm not sure if it's meant to show so much side... I don't know.
Okay. So, unfortunately, I have to skip the next one because the picture that was provided is really small, and even if I blow it up, it's going to be all pixely, so I can't, like, the quality's kind of bad.
Okay.
But the one after that, the black and red dress, that one's a different story. And
that's interesting.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think Tekken.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think this is
Tekken.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really familiar with Tekken.
Neither am I. First impressions, though, yeah, I dig it. I mean, it's basically a dress made to look like or be a bunch of feathers, which I think is really cool. I love the fact, another thing I love about it is that, again, black and red are normally seen as edgy, but you can make black and red work. And in this case, I think it does work because there's those little tinged bits of gray in there with the feathers. And one really cool thing I do like is that as you work your way up the dress and work your way up, it gets more and more translucent. So, it's like, it goes from being made out of feathers and stitched together to fabric and then back to feathers and fabric again at the top. This, how do I put this? It's almost like you are embodying the animal in question, taking all of its best aspects. I think it's supposed to be a raven, or it might be a vulture, because I don't know many ravens or crows that have red feathers. Or maybe they're dyed. I don't know. Still,
I think vulture.
Yeah, vulture. Which again, it's given the feathers around the with the chest area, and almost like it was that thing that vultures have with the feathers around their neck. I actually like this. I think it looks really good. And someone says this is the it says this is Anna Williams, sister of Nina Williams, both assassins trained by their father. Got it. So this is an assassin. I'm guessing the other one is Nina Williams. So this must be Ashley. Okay. And also I dig the tattoos too. But
tattoos are nice.
Yes. But my main thing is the neck area. I don't know if that's a tattoo or if that's supposed to be part of the design or if that's fabric. I don't know, but again, just the way it's designed, but I don't know. Just that's the one thing that clashes for me. Oh, no, my friend Farrah says that's part of the dress. Oh, it is?
Oh, it's part.
So it's a choker or something, I guess. I don't know. But I think, one other cool detail that I like about it is the fact that her tattoos, when you look at her tattoos through the translucent part of the dress, it actually looks like they're part of the dress.
Unless it is part of the dress.
I mean,
maybe it is. You know what? I don't think that's tattoos on her legs. I think that's part of the heel.
Really?
I think so, because look how... Because the tattoo wouldn't shine like that. I think that's like a metal... sort of or some sort of leather that is going up the leg.
Huh. All the way up her leg?
Don't think that is, because look how it hits and goes down the heel, because the heel matches the same sort of pattern that goes up the leg. So I think that's part of it. And it looks like even on her midriff and everything, is that same sort of design is there too. So I don't think that's tattoos. I think that's just part of the outfit.
Yeah, Ferris says that it's all part of the dress. Huh. Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I've got my grievances. What do you think?
It's odd. It's cool looking though, but it's very, very odd.
Yeah.
I don't know what is going on with the the feather on the sleeves. I'm not sure if I dig that. That kind of looks a little bit tacky, but I think the feathers work down the skirt and on the chest and the shoulders. I think that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Just think that on the wrist itself just look a little too
Yeah.
tacky. But black and red look good here.
Mm-hmm. All right, so I think there's another one. I think it's the number wise. I'm gonna give it. I'll give it a 6.5.
I'll give it a. I'll give this a 7.
Okay. Next up, I think it's also from Tekken. I hope it'll actually show. Think it's the same character just with a different outfit. Okay, now we have the opposite problem. Okay. Yeah, same character.
Oh god, I hate those stockings.
Yes, so do I. I hate the stockings. And the dress, like the kimono dress is also like it's making me wince a bit because like I get it, red and gold, like it's supposed to be like a dragon motif, but that's a peacock. That's a peacock with its like color, like with the pink, orange, maroon, and like all the colorful colors that don't match. Look, I'm not good at color theory, and even I know those don't match. Yeah, no, even the okay, the arm stockings are better, but like I don't like the stocking design because it literally like, are you, like I don't, it literally,
cheetah print. That reminds me of cheetah print.
Yeah. Ugh. Okay, so someone says this is Nina from Tekken 5, where the last one we saw with like the feathers, that was her from Tekken 7. So,
oh yeah, that's a huge improvement.
Yeah.
From yeah, her outfit in 7's way better.
Yeah. So, like I get it. You're trying to capture the whole femme fatale thing, but no. I mean, the only positive I can say is that I like the red and the gold. But that's it, because you've swamped it with everything else. The cheetah print stockings, like the speckled red stockings for her arms, and the rainbow peacock that's coming out of nowhere. So,
I think the heels are cute.
Mm-hmm.
Bow's kind of cute in the back. I hate everything else.
Yeah, thanks. I hate it. So, yeah, I'm gonna give this one a 3.
2.
All right. So this one, I think everyone has seen this one. Even if you've never played the games, everyone has seen this outfit.
Yeah, Elizabeth from BioShock.
Yep.
Yeah.
Elizabeth's outfit from BioShock. So, first
it's cute.
Yeah, it is.
It's cute. I like it.
Yeah, very age of industrialization look to it. Blue and white goes together really well. Very simple, very like like I said, very simple, very clean. Not defies expectations because you wouldn't expect someone like this to be a badass, but she is. Yeah, I don't think there's much to say. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm actually gonna give this one an 8 just because of how classic it is.
I'll give it an 8.5. I really like the Elizabeth's. To be frank, I like all of Elizabeth's outfits from Infinite. All of them are really good.
So next up, we have another Fire Emblem Heroes character. This is actually so I'm gonna have to give some context here. So this is the princess of the underworld in Fire Emblem Heroes. However, because I know someone's going to be like, what? Okay. Yes, she's the princess of the underworld, jokingly called, I don't know what they use like the Nordic, like the old Norse mythology version of hell, whatever it's called. But this is her wearing the outfit from the realm of dreams. So like, and the people from the world of dreams are like fairies and like nymphs and like fae. So that's why her outfit very fae inspired. So yeah, that's why she looks like that. And honestly, it's again, character context, considering she hardly ever smiles in her normal outfit because of how depressed she is, I'm actually very happy to see her smiling. But aside from that, it's funny because this is supposed to be like it's noble wear, but this almost makes me think this is something you, like you said earlier, you'd wear at a fae wedding or something, not like something just a noble strolls around in. I do like the colors though. I like the pseudo like the lower gown. What'd you call it? Where the gown like parts down the middle so you can see legs.
A slit.
Thank you. I like how it's like a very like it's an oppish white, like there's a little tinge of like lavender to it, which I think is nice. I think the yellow actually works here because it's not it's one of the main colors, but considering like the rest of it's surrounded by all this white and everything, and it's supposed to be like, you know, lifelike or like, you know, nature-ish. I mean, yeah, I can kind of dig it.
It works here.
Yeah,
it does work here.
It works here. I mean, there's some like little design things I don't like, but I mean, they're all basically secondary. So, what do you think? I know I do have one friend who said it was very Disney princess-like, and I'm like,
I can't say it's like Disney princess.
Yeah.
I mean, like, yeah, sure, like, you know, birds flying everywhere.
Yeah, that's what I said. I'm like, if you take away the birds and the butterflies, no, it's not.
Like, I guess, like, from feeling, maybe. But I think that's just because of the artwork. But, like, design-wise, it looks nothing like any of the Disney princesses. The only one that it would be even close to would be, like, Meg from Hercules. But that's just because this is, I guess, closer to, like, Greek robes than, I'd say, a ball gown or a dress or an evening gown.
Yeah. Numbers wise, what do you think?
It's cute. I like it. I give this like a 7.5.
Yeah, I can see that. 7.5. I'll agree with you on that one. All right, next up, we're going back to Bravely Default, but instead we're looking at the outfits worn by the Red Mage if Edea or Agnes are in the Red Mage outfit. So this is the Red Mage dress. Not gonna lie, I love this design for the Red Mage. Like, it's a very, like, again, very simple in a way. I know some people think there's, like, you know, too much red, and then I'm like, it's a Red Mage. What were you expecting? This is another thing that I think makes red and black work, because my one giant complaint, and it is a big one, is the sewing lines. I don't know why they added that. Like, I don't know why there's sewing lines along the dress itself. But other than that, I like it.
I'm not sure about the sewing line. This one's a little bit hard to rate because, like Error said in my chat, it's like it looks more like a doll dress than just because of the art style. Oh, hey Tom, how are you doing? Hope you're doing well. The bows are not the bows. The roses are cute. But yeah, this one's a little bit harder to rate.
I'm gonna give it a 7.
I'll give it a. In the context that it's in, I think I give this a 6.
All right, so we have another one from Bravely Default. But I'm sad to admit I don't know what class this is. I really don't. I wish I did, but I do not know which class this is. And the funny thing is, every time I see it, I keep imagining, like, what's that, you know that old Dutch stereotype about the people with the wooden shoes and the, you know, and the clog dancing with
Show
the
love
pigtails?
100 high Zaruk W smile.
I found Stranger. Yeah, I sometimes get the... Oh, Sage. Thank you. My girlfriend told me. Sage. This is the Sage class. Honestly, like, you know, for a mystical Sage, I kind of like... Because again, a sage implies age, and wisdom and all that kind of stuff. So I kind of like, can you see kind of like the, I don't know what the design is called, but you can like see there's like the collar, like little frilled collar on the top. There's a gown, there's like a dress underneath that, and then there's a petticoat underneath that. I don't know, it comes off, I don't know if Victorian's the right word. I don't think it is. But it comes off, like this is an older design than most. And I kind of like that.
This one's another one that's just hard to really rate because it feels more like a doll's dress than a dress. I'm trying to like imagine how this would look realistically or drawn. Yeah, it does feel more like shopkeeper than mage. I agree with that. Yeah, I don't get the vibe of mage or
fair enough. All right, so I'm gonna give it a 5.
I'll give, I guess a 5 too. It's just hard to judge something like that.
Yeah, well, thankfully we're out of that, and we're on to Final Fantasy XIV with the actually named battle dress is what this is actually called.
Okay.
There we go.
All right.
Now, and the colors, again, color means nothing because you can change the colors of any of your stuff in Final Fantasy XIV, but yeah, this is literally called a battle dress. So, ignore the hat. That's not part of it, but yeah, this is a battle dress.
Okay, just strictly looking at the dress.
Yeah, the dress.
I was going to say very pirate-esque.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a jerkin?
Yeah, that's a jerkin right there. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's, again, like I said before, jerkins can work. I mean, I dig this outfit because it's mainly a mix of both. Something you can see, like, it's almost like, again, you took light leather, like a jerkin and some leather covering, and just merged it with a gown or a dress you'd wear to an event. And yeah, you got this, which means not only can you now, go to the ball or the gala and nobody will maybe some people will raise an eyebrow at you, but not too many because you still look good in it. And the thing is, I think some parts of it, really work well together. Like if you took off like the little leather pauldron and everything, I think it'd be, some other stuff, I think it'd be okay. The colors work. Again, color is, what's the word for it? Subjective because you can change it to anything. But with this one alone, I just like the design. I think it's a good mix of both practical and fashionable. So,
kind of reminds me of trip pants.
Yeah, nope, you're right. You're right. You are very right. I'm ashamed to admit that you are indeed right.
No, I like it.
The
sleeves are interesting. Very asymmetrical sleeves.
Mm-hmm.
Paladin, interesting, but then again, like it's also meant to be used in battle. So
yeah. With that in mind, I'm gonna give it a 7.
I think I'll give this a 6.
Okay. Next we have. Oh, this is a good one. My friend Ferris sent this one in. Oh yeah. What thing would not be complete without a Zelda to show off? Of course. What review of dresses would be complete without a Zelda? Interesting choice with this one, but okay. There you go. Princess Zelda from Twilight Princess.
Princess.
Yep. Best Zelda game, by the way. Well, okay.
I agree with you on that. Actually, yeah, I think Twilight Princess is the best one.
Everyone's like, Zaruk, why is that one your favorite? Oh, you know why. You know why. Like,
why.
Yeah, someone said, they're like, wait, why is it your favorite? I'm like, look me in the eye and ask me that again. Midna is my favorite Nintendo princess. Don't at me, she is. So, anyway, yes, this is the Twilight Princess outfit. To be perfectly honest, I think this was the first time that I actually felt like Zelda was, like, I actually got the vibes that she was, how do I say this, a threat. Because in all the previous games, whenever you rescue Zelda, she's just like the damsel in distress, where in this one, I mean, at least she tried to fight. And so it comes off as, both, I don't know, it's again, regal wear, but it's also got a little bit of armor in there. Like you got the pauldrons, which are both, it's more, what's the word? Ceremonial. That's it. It's more ceremonial than it is battle gear, but I still like it. I like the colors. I like the, the very like simple but elegant look to it. That's it. Simple and elegant.
It's interesting because the design of Link and Zelda from Ocarina of Time to Twilight Princess, both models were just pretty much updated. The Wii wasn't like HD.
No.
But higher graphic fidelity. They're pretty much just redesigned or upgraded designs of their upgraded and then darker toned of their Ocarina designs.
Yeah.
And I do think that the Twilight Princess look was probably my favorite look of Zelda's. Zelda's other designs, I don't think are nearly as strong as this one. So I think this is probably the best look that Zelda's had.
All right. So numbers, I'm gonna give it an 8.
I'll give this like an 8.5. I do like this version of Zelda. I think you can make this one even. The thing is, I don't think it's like. I still think you can really, really improve it.
Yeah.
But.
All right. Next up, another Zelda character, but this one from Hyrule Warriors. Remember how we were talking about Fae outfits? Yeah, here it is. Here's your Fae outfit.
Definitely Lolita inspired.
Yeah. Yes.
Up and down.
Yeah. But we know, like, I forgot her name. She's the bug girl, and she's very Fae and pixie or fairy pixie inspired. I mean, again, the Fae-ish colors, the butterfly decorations. I mean, again, like you said, very Lolita-esque. But like, yeah, meh. I mean, for what it is, it is. Like, it's, if you told me, oh, she's a fairy or a fae character, I'd be like, okay, yeah, that makes sense then. So.
Synchro anime Tinkerbell. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's accurate.
No, yeah, no, you right. You right. You are very much right. So, yeah. Anything to add or?
Yeah, you got your puff sleeves, you got your fairy wings. It is all over the place. I'm not a fan of it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't hate it, but
it's not bad. It's just very, how do I put it? Childish.
Yeah. Also, yeah, Agatha the Bug Princess. That's her name. Thank y'all. Yeah, this is a 4.5, I think. I'm not going any higher because, yeah, it's Fae-like, but that's it. So.
I'll give this a 5.
Right. So, next, Ferris, my buddy sent this one in. Ferris, I have to know, did you just steal this off a tarot deck or something, or what is this? I mean, I'm guessing this is either from Final Fantasy or it's a tarot deck image. I don't know which one.
It could be both. You know what? The art style does look like Final Fantasy.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it would help. Well, again, just going off the dress alone, context doesn't matter. It's for the week. I dig it. Oh, this is from the legendary artist Yoshitaka Amano, who did Final Fantasy as well as other stuff. Okay, so it is by the guy who did the Final Fantasy artwork. Okay. Well, again, I like it. Gold is always a cool color for dresses. The one problem I have is that the dress literally looks like it's melting. That's my problem. It literally looks like it's melting. And the other issue is that it looks like there's other colors in there, but I can't tell where they're coming from. Like, again, the primary colors here are gold and light yellow, and that's okay. I mean, we're going with a sun motif. I mean, it's all... Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're right. One of the reasons why it does look like it's melting is because all the folds are going into where her hands are laying on her lap, and then I know I've already said that yellow is just really, really hard to pull off.
Yeah.
But it is going for that sun aesthetic because you got the symbolism for the sun in the back, and then blue for the sky,
Mm-hmm.
and it looks like it's a sunset.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just hard. It's hard to pull off.
I'll give it a 6. It's above average. I think it's cool, but it's not that great.
I'll give it a 6.5. I mean, the artwork itself is gorgeous. That's not like what I'm talking about, but the dress itself, it's.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure. So next, it's more Final. It's a same artist, more Final Fantasy, and I'm pretty sure I know who this is. I think. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure this is Terra.
Yeah, I believe so.
Except
it is really washed out for me.
It is on my end too. Except here's the thing. So fun fact, little fun fact here. This is just a fun fact for the day. So canonically, Terra has green hair. She does not have blonde hair. What ended up happening, I love this story. What ended up happening was that when Final Fantasy VI was being made, the design team knew that every woman that the artist tried to do was going to have blonde hair, and they were getting sick of that. So they basically told him, what they ended up doing was they're like, no, we're going to come up with the character. We're going to show you the sprites. Then you're going to design the character art. So this was basically, I guess, this was him basically saying, well, screw it. I like her better with blonde hair, so I'm going to draw her with blonde hair. And Terra, and again, how petty can you be? But that said, Terra's outfit, again, going on the outfit here, honestly, there's a lot going on here. And yeah, it's really washed out, but what can you do? Honestly, given who Terra is, Terra is a what are they called? An Esper. Yeah, she's an Esper. So her look is supposed to be, very out there, which, yeah, in this case, it kind of does. It is very out there. Those leggings though, why white leggings with pink spots? It's almost like she's broken out into a rash. Why? And let's see. And yeah, I know she's the summoner, but that's no excuse. At the end of the day, I like the color usage. I just wish it would have been, organized a bit better. That's all. It's like it's almost like you've, I can't believe I'm about to say this. It's almost like you vomited Pepto-Bismol all over a photo. So, and again,
that's fair.
I apologize for the washed outness, but like Ferris, I tried to find a better picture. There is none. So,
unfortunate.
Yeah.
I don't really want to rate it because it's like I can't really see it to really do its justice.
We can both agree, though, that it's at least below average.
Yeah, it's just really weird looking.
All right, so next, I don't know. I don't know what this is from, but it is pretty cool. And we'll get away from Final Fantasy. I like this outfit.
It's cute.
Mm-hmm. Another kimono outfit. Yes, we understand you like flowers. Got it. The flower motif is coming in bright and, loud and clear. Thing is,
tell me if you like flowers.
Yeah, hey, yo, dog, I heard you like flowers. So we put flowers on your flowers. Why you can wear your flowers. So here's the thing.
You know what? You are just the flower.
You are a flower. Yeah. What's that quote from Pro ZD? Fuck you. Now you're a flower. Now you're an egg. So with this one, I think the thing that I like about it is the fact that, you would think, oh, it's going to be a primarily pink dress. Well, underneath the underpart, yes, it is pink, but then it goes into these darker colors, so it really accentuates all the lighter colors. Like this, like this teal green. I think that's teal. I don't know.
Yeah, that looks like teal to me, and then purple, and then even a little bit of black in there.
Yeah, so it really accentuates the pink, which I think it works. It looks nice. So, again, that's just me. What about you?
I think it's pretty adorable, actually. I love the neckline is really good. Very, very revealing. I can't really see the sleeves all that well. I know there's a watermark there. But I love the sash on the waist because that really, shows off her waist really well. Probably even cinches it, actually. And then it looks like she's wearing some sort of flower gloves. I don't know. And then I just love the coloring of it.
Yeah. I think those are flower cuffs, actually, looking at it, because they're around her wrist.
It might be.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. It is.
Yeah, so, numbers-wise, I'm going to give it an 8. Pretty good.
I'll also give that an 8. Wow, we were just kind of like...
Same wavelength on this one, yeah. All right, last one, and this is the one I was getting earlier. This is the Demon King or Demon Queen from Mao Ying. So I can put her up here. When I said that red and black worked, here we go. So this is her. Despite appearances, yes, she does have horns. Those are not part of the background. Those are part of her. Remember how I said, like, we've both said simple is better from time to time? This is one of those moments. Not only is she cute, but the thing about her is that it has a very regal feel to it. The long gown, the furred shoulders, the furred cuffs. And again, it's amazing how you can make something so simple look so clean. Oh, yeah, she's even got the little black cloak hooked into her shoulders.
Well,
Go ahead.
That is really cute.
Yeah, it's amazing how you can make something so cute with only 2 colors, with red and black. Oh, okay, a little bit of brown for the fur, but it's red and black. So...
yeah, you got a couple different shades of red in there. Matches her hair. I mean, really works. Really goes well together.
Yeah, so... And I think the other thing about it is that it actually... one thing about it that I know from the anime is that that's actually how she walks. She, like, puts her hands together like that when she's walking. So,
that's adorable.
Yeah, so, like, her silhouette is, from, like you said, her silhouette's really narrow, but I think that the cloak kind of helps with that, because, again, this is still an evil queen, or a demon queen, so she has power there, and according to friends of mine who've seen it, when she gets angry, the cloak, it actually doesn't go all the way to the ground. The cloak only comes down to, like, her waist, so whenever she gets angry, it kind of levitates off of her, so you can tell that she's angry.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so... And I think, like, I know that one of my friends, when he's going to see this, he's like, you're not going to talk about the assets? No, I'm not. Because a lot of...
We don't need to...
Yeah, we don't need
to talk about the assets.
Yeah, because a lot of gowns do that. And so, yeah, I just think it's a very, like, simple yet regal look. Because it is, with the fur. Because, again, let's be real. Fur normally emphasizes wealth or emphasizes, richness and monarchs. And... yeah, she's got it on her wrists and, for her sleeves, and she's got it on her shoulders. And, yeah, I dig the outfit. So, yeah, I'm going to give it a 9. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, yeah, the whole design's pretty cute. Yeah, continue.
Yeah, I'm going to give it a 9. What do you think?
I think I'd give this an 8. And, like, simple is good, and I think it really works here. The only thing is that it just does not have, like, a wow factor to it.
That's fair. But I think that was kind of, that's kind of intentional. But again, that doesn't mean that
it's true.
Yeah. But again, you're right. It doesn't have any flair. But sometimes you don't need the flair. Sometimes you just gotta look good. Also, I lied. There's one more that I do want to talk about.
Okay.
Because we're both like. The moment it's happened early and I thought about it, but then I was like, no, we have to do this one. All right. I don't think this character needs an introduction, but she doesn't, does she?
No.
Nope, she doesn't. All right. Let's talk about Toru. Look, so here's the thing. Dragon Maid is one of my favorite animes. All right. It is. I love the slice of life stuff. Because the time I watched it, I'd literally just gotten out of the master's program. So in college, so I felt Kobayashi. I felt how she acted. I knew I could relate. And I liked how innocent, how fun the characters were. Yes, I know The anime's got fan service in it. I don't care. It is so wholesome and so hilarious that I love it. And, like, but with Toru. So, Toru, let's be real. Toru is basically taking that classic maid design that we mentioned earlier and basically, like, you know, simplifying it a bit more. And the entire...
Oh, sorry. Oh, thank you, Vamir, for the raid. Hopefully everything is going well.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, continue.
Yeah, so, and I think, have you seen Dragon Maid?
No, I have not. I've seen clips of it.
Okay,
obviously.
So you don't know how she picked this outfit. That's the funny part. So the reason she picked this outfit is because when, like, they mention it in the first season, but basically what happened was that when Kobayashi told Toru that she wanted Toru to be her maid, Toru didn't know exactly what a maid was supposed to wear. So when Toru was flying over the city, she saw ads and people, you know, and hecklers calling out for a maid cafe. So that's why her outfit looks like this. She literally just grabbed a maid. She literally just made herself look like a maid cafe girl. Which, again, there is a later scene where they put Toru in an actual Victorian maid outfit. And I can actually grab that one too, actually, now that I think about it. But that aside, character aside, this is just a cute outfit. It is.
Yeah. It is really cute. It is adorable.
Yeah. See if I can grab the, all right, I got it. So that's her standard outfit, the one everyone knows, the one that everyone's seen. I'll grab the one where they put her in a Victorian, and this is straight up Victorian. Like, they actually say in the manga that they actually looked up a Victorian gown for this one. So you can see, you'll be able to see it now. I posted it.
Oh, the classic.
Yeah, this is a straight up Victorian gown. So
definitely do like that one more.
Yeah.
It's cute.
Yeah, I think a lot of people do, honestly. And this wasn't for a rating or anything. I was like, I have to show this because, again, I'd be doing myself a disservice to the show, on my liking of the show, if I didn't. And yeah, so, and I do give them credit. That's a Victorian outfit, so at least they actually did the research for it. But yeah, that's all of them. We got through all of them. Unless you have any that have come to mind, because I got I got nothing.
I can't really think of anything right now. We've been at this a while.
Yeah,
so.
But I mean, we were just very thorough. That's all there is to it.
Oh yeah. Well, thank you for your community for submitting some.
And thank y'all, and thank you for coming on and doing this. This was fun. Next time we'll see if we can. Oh, sorry.
Oh yeah. Go for it. Yeah, this is a lot of fun.
Yeah. Next time we need to do like I'll see if I can find some games you can try. Like, I don't know if you've ever heard of Armello. That's usually my ice breaking game.
I have not.
Yeah. Think. How do I describe this? All right, I'm just gonna describe it like people have described it to me. Think, furry Game of Thrones board game edition.
Furry Game of Thrones. I don't think I've ever would have thought of someone saying that.
Yeah,
to
it's
me.
literally Game of Thrones furry edition, and it's a board game that you can play. Oh wait. I see it in your chat. Someone said rate each other's outfits. That's fair. Actually, we should probably do that.
Okay, we could do that.
Okay, well,
let me move you up there so I can see everything.
Yeah. So, quick plug here. I mentioned this was actually the concept was designed by my girlfriend. And then it was given life. Like, the final design was created by Amalthea VT, who also made my model and rigged it. So, yeah, this is the full ensemble that I have. The tattoos are real. They are meant to, like, for the character-wise, they're meant to convey, like, magical powers and everything. What I think is really cool is, like, I love the little detail that I went through is if you look at the belt buckle and the hat pendant, those are a reference to my friend Nixie, who is one of the main people who inspired me to VTube. And Nixie's a dream sheep, so that's why it's got like the crystals and like the mermaid designs to it, because that's their thing. So, yeah, just a little salute to the people who helped me out. And as for why the character's an imp, because everyone asked that, why an imp? 2 reasons. 1, because Imp Midna is the goat. And secondly, because this entire idea for this being my model, this being the V2 persona, was from a Legend of Zelda themed D&D game where I played as a Twily Bard. So yeah,
okay.
that's why this came to be. And yeah, walking on the roads must hurt. No, I float. I levitate. I don't walk. Walking's for peasants.
Oh yeah.
Walking is for peasants. If you have magic, why wouldn't you levitate and teleport and fly everywhere?
That's fair. If you could fly, why walk?
Yeah. Unfortunately, I will admit this. This design does have at least, and again, I can brag about it. But the one problem, and I'm proud of this fact, but the one issue it does have with it is that most people say fan art is basically impossible because of the tattoos and the colors and everything. Fair enough. I understand that. But I love this design, and I wouldn't change anything about it. So,
I do love the tattoos.
Mm-hmm.
And I love your floppy hat. It's so cute.
Yeah, fun fact, the hat was inspired by Carmen Sandiego, actually.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a good stylist choice.
Mm-hmm.
And then I do love the long hair too, with your robes.
Yeah,
it's cute.
Mm-hmm. And again, I couldn't be a Twily imp because Papa Nintendo would come after me. So we just made the hair really long, and I think it works. Now I need a full PNG of your model, so everyone in my end, yeah.
Okay, hold on. Give me 1 second.
Okay, I'm just going to okay, hold on. I just saw someone in your chat say, did someone just call me a Paimon? Did you just call me food? Like an emergency food? Like, no, I know if you're talking about Paimon from Genshin, no, I am not emergency food. I am like, I identify as a fucking threat. Like, yeah, I identify as a threat.
Hold on, give me 1 second.
And the thing is, I have another costume, but I don't have a well, wait, do I? I think I do have a PNG for my other costume. Let me copy the thing you sent me so I can show everyone. I do have another costume that I wear on certain occasions, but I haven't broken it out. Real quick, let me put your, let me show this off for everyone. So we can all look at your picture. Let's see. All right. See if I can. Wait, did I? Oh, right.
Yeah.
All right, chat. Here it is. So let her know exactly what you think. I mean, the same goes for your chat against to me. Let her know what you think. Because I personally, look, here's the thing. When I first saw your design, I'm like, okay, Ice Demon, first of all, yes. I wish more people did that. I'm serious. I'm sick and tired of seeing, like, fire demons and everything. I'm like, give me something else. Like
Ice Demon. You just go the exact opposite direction.
Yeah. So, yeah, I want to know what everyone else thinks. Let's see. So I'm waiting for them to respond. But, yeah, I love this design. I really do. I think it's a really badass design, especially incorporating the ice into like the little elbow. Are those elbow wings or?
Yeah, they're like forearm, like back of the forearm.
Yeah, back forearm wings. The horns. Even on the bottom parts of the heel. I'm actually curious why you didn't turn the spiked part of a heel into an icicle. Why didn't you do that?
You know what? You'd have to talk to Crow.
Yeah, good for stomping and stabbing people.
It's I think one of the things that was like shoe-wise when Crow and I were both like throwing around design concepts, she really wanted to do underneath glowy shoes, like the sole of the shoes, because she wants to do that with all the characters that she ends up designing VTubers of, is that sort of aspect is supposed to go through any design she ends up touching. That's one of her stipulations, is that she wants to do the underneath glowy shoe thing. So that's probably why we didn't do something similar.
Yeah, I had someone say that my friend Farrah says he's in love with the color design. My friend Clara says the black dress train is an interesting touch. I didn't notice that till you mentioned it. Wait, is that the artist's signature? Oh no, the glowing shoes are the artist's signature, is what somebody said. I like I like the fact that, because of the way it's designed, I can't help but think that, because they're made out of ice, the little forearm wings and the horns could just go away if you wanted them to.
Probably.
Yeah. Because here's the thing. The other thing I thought when I first saw it was my first thought was I'm like, oh, cool, Demon Widowmaker. But, and that's just because of the skin color and the eyes. But the thing that I like is that you were able to separate it because not only does, the gown give off, regality and nobility, but with the horns, the fan, the tail, we know what we're dealing with here. And that's a good thing. I respect that. Sometimes it's good to get across what something is. Because I've had, God, how many people have thought my character was a fairy at this point? I've had multiple people say I'm a fairy. Someone said I'm a goblin. I think the funniest thing is that, actually, no, I shouldn't be surprised by this. So much so I made a joke out of it. When I first created this concept and we went around with the idea, everyone was like, is that supposed to be a guy or a girl? I am a guy. This is a guy model. Dummy thick, but a guy model, I promise. And it became such a joke that some of the early people I VTubed with, oh God, do I want to tell this story? Okay, yeah, I'm going to tell the story. So I do have I have a PNG that I use if someone triggers it. Don't even think about it, chat. No, we don't do that during we don't do it during collabs. So one of the earliest persons I collabed with was Glaze Gummy, if you know who that is. And Glaze Glaze made me a bet. Glaze is like the scion of the thick tubers basically, but Glaze made a bet with me. Glaze said that if I lost in a game on a stream, that I would have to find someone to make me a female thick tuber PNG that I would have to use if my viewers wanted to see it. What she didn't tell me was that the game she challenged me to was a game that she was a fucking master at.
Of course.
So the game was rigged from the start.
That's the full thing with bets. You don't play games
I got
to
hustled.
Be fair.
Yeah, I got hustled.
You hustle them.
Yeah, I got hustled. So now what I ended up doing was, yes, at first it was just a haha funny joke. But then I decided, I was like, you know what? No, I like my character stuff. So this is basically an AU. This is an AU where where the character is a female. She's evil, not good. And yeah, she's basically, just I just decided I'm like, screw it. I'm going to go whole hog with it. We're going to make fun of it. So now it's a redeem where my people, if they use I think I have it set to 5,000 channel points. I have to switch to the PNG for 10 minutes. But I don't do it. But I don't do it doing collabs because one, some people may not think the thick tuber things is funny or may not get the joke or may not like it. So that's why I don't do it doing collabs. And if I do it, I ask ahead of time, and I haven't asked. So that's why I said, don't y'all even think about it. Yeah, no, Claire's right. Glaze is a monster. I literally signed up to an execution, and I signed my own execution warrant and didn't even know about it till I lost the second game, and I literally said, wait, how long have you been playing this? To which he said, oh, about 3 years. I had never played before. So, it was as bad as you think it is. So, yeah, that's that little story. I
understand.
Like you said,
I feel your pain.
Yeah, like you said, we don't play to bet, we play to hustle. So, yeah. But I do have to ask one thing I have wondered about your model is that again, the name is Lady Glacier. So is there on the road to royalty, or is this just nobility that you're settling?
I mean, technically I would be a queen. The problem lore-wise, I would technically be queen. It's just that Lady Glacier sounds better than Queen Glacier.
It does. Yeah. Probably why they what was it? It's also that whole have you ever, oh gosh, that reminds me. Have you ever heard the really dumb thing that the reason a lot of characters, despite the fact that they would be queens, are named princess is because children because people have this weird thought that queens are supposed to be, children think queens are evil and princesses are not. So that's why
I have heard that. It's just, it's how they're raised too, because like you hear the evil queen. It's all about branding.
Yeah.
And when you have like with kids and stuff, because that stuff sticks with you.
Yep.
Forever, and you never forget.
So
and
like,
it's just.
Go ahead.
I mean, your big problem is like you got like Disney, who's like you have the Disney princess brand, so that goes really long.
Yeah.
And then Evil Queen.
Yeah. And of course, like one of the my friend Claire says, consideration for your approval, Duchess. I mean, yeah, you're right, but I think I'm with her. Lady Glacier sounds better. I went
through every single rank of nobility when I was creating my name, because like the first thing that like when I went to design my VTuber, like getting the core design of what I wanted, I knew I was going for an ice aesthetic, I knew I was going for a demon aesthetic, and I knew I was going to go for some sort of royalty aesthetic. And we were going through names, so I went down and picked, all right, we're going to have references of ice, and then we're going to have references of titles of women royalty, and I'm going to mix and match to find what sounds the best when you say it, and then Lady Glacier was the best sounding one.
Now... Great. Now I got my whole chat joking, saying you didn't even put up a fight in that match. You got dragged across the arena. Yeah, thanks, Ferris. Thanks for bringing up those memories. I love it. Fuck you. But yeah, I like the design. I think it's really cool. Again, like I said, not a lot of ice demons. I think people forget that, you can combine other elements to it. And back with the title of the whole Evil Queen thing, the main reason I think about it is that I didn't even know. Because, it's not something you notice till someone brings it up. It's just, it's ingrained in you, or you just wonder about it. Because, the first time it was brought to my attention was way back when. There's an old YouTuber I used to watch who did a bunch of content, and one of the things he mentioned was just a random question that got him a lot of attention. He was like, hey, so if anybody here's watched the new generation of My Little Pony, why is there only one ruler? And she's named Princess and not Queen. And literally, he did the research, and literally the reason she was named Princess Celestia is because the executives at Hasbro said, do not name the character Queen because children identify them being evil, and we don't want an evil ruler. To which I think I heard the best joke I've ever heard out of a YouTuber is where he said, he's like, yes, because the pure Snow White, Snow White character with rainbow hair is evil. Truly, we are living in the darkest times when rainbows are evil. So, I mean, he's right.
It's all marketing.
Yeah, it's marketing. At the end of the day, it's marketing. Like you said, the Disney princess thing, which, I mean, hey, by that logic, let's see, Moana's a princess. Oh gosh, what's the name of the girl from Brave? She's a princess. They even make fun of her about that in one of the Wreck-It Ralph movies. It's okay. We don't thank you, Merida. Yep. Yeah, we don't understand what she's saying either.
Duchess Glacier. She's called to your reception.
Yeah. Yeah. So, again, thank you very much for coming on. I appreciate it. We have to do this again sometime. That was fun.
It was tons of fun.
But anyway, I know you probably have to go say bye to your chat. I have to do the same, so I will talk to you later.
Okay, sounds good.
See ya. Well, that's going to do it for the collab tonight. Whoops, forgot to turn something off. Hold on. Okay, we're good. Yeah, that's going to do it for the collab tonight. I hope you all had a great time. Big thanks to Lady Glacier for doing that. That was fun. Who knew we could make 3 hours out of reviewing gowns, dresses, and all that other kind of stuff. But unfortunately, like with all good things, they must come to an end. So, with that, I hope you all have a wonderful night tonight. We are going to raid someone, I think. Let's see. Who is available to raid tonight? I'm glad you guys had fun. Let's see. Who can we raid tonight? Let's see. Let's go raid Lilin v. Damon. They're playing Kingdom Hearts 2. Always a blast to play that game. So let's go say hi to them. Y'all know the deal. As usual, it's an imp raid. Oh, yeah, I also forgot he's celebrating... Oh, right. His JoJo out... Okay, so he has a JoJo form for Halloween. So it's either an imp raid or make JoJo... Or come in saying, or run in saying, is your model a JoJo reference? Because it most certainly is. You'll see. Yeah, he is doing a literal JoJo reference. It's great. All right. Got that started. With that in mind, I will see you all tomorrow for some Mech Warrior fun, as long as things go according to plan. And remember, the memories you make in life, good and bad, make you who you are. Don't change them for anything. I'll see all you guys tomorrow. Have a great night. Love you all. Bye-bye.